hope the Easter Bunny came and laid lots of eggs for all of you. I don't like to think about that concept though. So it's almost easier to be religious instead of talk about the Easter Bunny. Cause thinking about it, like, why does he do that? Like, that's wrong of him. Welcome in. Hi, how are you? I hope that you guys are having a wonderful morning. I hope it's been super duper nice and relaxing. And I hope that you got eggs, or at least are eating eggs, because I ate a bunch of eggs this morning. Because I guess that's like the bounty of the Easter Bunny? Question mark? Why does he do that shit? That's weird. They didn't come? You must have been a bad child. You know the Easter Bunny's watching. Vesh, welcome in, and hi Spatula, hi Wester6, and hi Dex, hi Double C, and hi some dude, hi Tilly, how are you? I like my lunatics raving, me too. Even when they're outside, it's like not that big of a deal to me, because normally they're just raving to themselves. Did everyone do the required reading? Don't worry, I did it for you. And even still, I felt like I could have added even more to this, and I was like adding and removing stuff from it like 5 minutes before. I'm kind of, well, you know, it's good enough, it's good enough. And I'll just like talk over it too. Anything extra that just pops into my mind. I'll catch that rodent 1 year. Why would you catch the Easter Bunny? You're sick. That's like catching Santa. Like, what are you gonna do with Santa? Send them to jail for breaking and entering? Where's your Easter Bunny spirit? Hi, Jinsei. Welcome in. Yeah, I don't know why Carlbot didn't work today. I'm sorry about that. Hi, Night Bunny. And hi, Double D. Easter Bunny just farted out a 3D printer. No shit. That seems terrible to go through your colon. Wait, you got a 3D printer for Easter? That's crazy. Wait, what are you gonna 3D print with that? That sounds fun. Never ask, welcome in. Anyone eating rabbit meat for Easter? Once I catch him, I will. Pascal, welcome in. And, hi Dutch, how are you? Hi Soy, welcome in. He knows when I'm awake? Yeah, but he's like chill about it. Santa's allowed to watch us at all times because he's just monitoring for bad behavior. And I guess that we're all beholden to his moral standings? Yeah, does Santa's morals align with mine? Like, what does he consider bad behavior that I would not consider bad behavior? Oh my god, $47.50 an hour? Since everyone else is gone? That's amazing. Wow. that freaking rocks, dude. Lark, thank you for the 50 stream streak. It's Wabbit season. Yes. He gives us toys, so who cares? That's how I kind of feel. I downed Red Bull number 2 today. He's Christian for an amazing reason. Or maybe not Christian. That's why he's working on Easter Sunday. That's hilarious, though. Yeah, he's Christian for an amazing reason. $47.50 an hour. Like, I think that'd be an easy conversion for a lot of people. Even in the bathroom, do you think that Santa has a camera on you in the bathroom, too? Probably. I mean, what if you're doing bad stuff in there? Hi, Wester6, how are you? I mean, he's gotta be, like, on his game. Do you think he has, like, a control center? You know, they never show that. In, like, any Santa movies. Like, oh, and here's our massive surveillance state-esque, hub base where all the elves watch you constantly. I guess they can't do that. That'd be really wrong. Santa is a Fed. He's in control of Palantir. I like when people watch me. I mean, me too. That's why I'm a streamer. Not cleaning out the tub after cleaning yourself every time. I mean, I do it, like, once a month. Am I supposed to be cleaning the tub every single time after I clean myself? That seems maybe a lot. Maybe I'm wrong. Am I disgusting? Maybe it depends on what kind of tub you have. Everyone is an exhibitionist in the Santa surveillance state. Who cleans their tub? Okay, you have to clean your tub occasionally. But you don't need to clean your tub like every time. Maybe like once a month? I don't think I the bathroom stains. I don't take baths typically, so it's mostly just grout stuff. I clean it when I'm showering. What the hell? Am I disgusting? Like, No, I have like a dedicated toothbrush just for cleaning grout that I normally use if I'm cleaning the bathtub. Oh yeah, you can't leave hairs. No, that's I always do that. I always remove those. But I was thinking like deep clean. Like, should I be scrubbing the walls while I'm in there? I never thought about it. I could start. I mean, I could be easily shamed into doing lots of things. 2 toothbrushes. Yeah, I know. I'm kind of rich because I got 1 toothbrush and then I have another toothbrush that I just use for cleaning grout. Grout can grow moldy. That's why I clean it. But like not on like every day. Just replace the Pepsi in your Pepsi bath every week and you're good. Pushiest VTuber award. Yeah, not to brag. And it's like made out of hella plastic too. You know that stuff's expensive. They're not identical. No. One is by the tub. I hope that if like someone came over to my house, they wouldn't be like, oh, awesome, extra toothbrush. Do you think they'd use like inferencing skills? I'd have to hope. Well, some of my friends are stupid enough to do that. I won't think on that too hard. Hopefully they bring their own toothbrush. Yeah. Ooh, I'm okay. Maybe I should like. Are they in the same container? No, of course not. That'd be disgusting. Citrus won't mind, right? Oh God, stop. Ugh! My bathtub looks like the set of The Grudge. Do you know what helps the most with that shit? Is magic eraser. I don't know what magic erasers are made out of. Like, it's literally magic. I don't know why it like disappears when you use it, when you clean stuff with it. It's insane. I don't understand it. I bet it's like hella astringent or something. I don't know what it is. But yeah, what was I talking about? Oh yeah. So, I hope that you guys are having... What did you guys do for Easter Sunday? Because I called my mom, and then she got mad at me because I didn't call her early enough. And I said, I made breakfast. I thought you said you wanted me to make breakfast on Easter. And she was like, yeah, I did, but like earlier. And I said, I did make it earlier. I called you after. And then she was like, but it's like 1 p.m. my time. It doesn't take you that long to make breakfast, does it? Did you wake up late? And I was like, it's 10 in the morning. I've been up. You're making me crazy. And then she was like, oh, well, you know, even still, like, you could have called me a little earlier. Like, okay, I have to, give me a time. Ooh, cooked grits. Ah, that sounds so good. I love grits. I love, sausage and gravy and biscuits and gravy. I haven't had that in forever. I bought groceries and cursed my state for not selling alcohol in grocery stores again. You know, I was thinking about it. Okay, so... I like, this is really random tangent, but in Florida, you can walk into a bar as someone underage as long as you don't drink. And I temporarily forgot that, so I was like, Clavicular must be over 21, right? Because he's in bars all the time. No, he's not. He can just walk in. I forgot you can just walk into a bar. I used to do it all the time with my friends and just like eat at places. I've done it with my sister also. Like we've gone to a bar that sold food and we ate food, but we didn't drink. And so I was like, damn, this guy is in the worst state possible to get underage drunk. Why did you sleep so late? So you hate her now? That's what she was implying. I was like, what? Okay, she's always really on me on not celebrating holidays. And I do kind of understand, but you know, I always go crazy for Christmas. I always do tons of stuff for Christmas. That seems like too much liability. It's a free state, goddammit. Yeah, I got kicked out of so many bars that I went into on accident when I first moved to the West Coast. Cause I was like, yeah, actually me and my friend, one of my first friends I ever made, she was like, you wanna go and eat at this place I really like? And I was like, yeah, sure. And then they were like, ID, please. And I was like, but I'm not drinking here. And they were like, you can't be in here if you're not drinking age. And I was like, are you serious? So what? I gotta go find some place that's open late at night that doesn't sell alcohol? Like, what is that? So I kind of understand why places just let kids in, but no drinking. You just have to stay on top of it. Call me at a specific time that I refuse to tell you. Yeah, Yeah, she's always like that, though. Actually, I didn't call her for like 3 days, and then I called her and I said hi, and she was like, oh my God, look who it is. It's my daughter. Oh my God, I almost forgot I had another daughter. And then I could hear my dad on the other side being like, who is it? And she was like, it's Citrus. Can you believe it? I almost forgot about her. And my dad was like, oh man, I haven't heard that name in a while. I was like, oh my lord. 3 days. You know, some people don't call their parents like even once a month. She is so spoiled. I'm just saying. Oh, wow. Look who it is. I can't believe it. I'll get you. How dare you? Ridiculous. But yeah. That's me not calling much. I mean, I think it's pretty typical. I wish my dad Happy Easter on Steam. Happy Easter, Xbox. Happy Easter, Steam. So freaking funny. Does it come for 3 days until Easter? No. This was on Friday. Praise Citrus. This was on Friday that this happened. Cause I didn't call her. I called her on Tuesday, and then I called her on Friday, and then I was like, I'll call you on Easter. Yeah, well, normally, like, I'll call her after idol training, and then it'll be like, you know, how's your day? Oh, I hope that things went well for XYZ. But normally it's just like a quick call, like 5 minutes, 8 minutes. Nothing too crazy, but just like a check-in. I know that she misses me, especially during holidays, Halloween, Christmas, etc. But, you know, she should come visit me, girl. No, I have filial piety. I'll go visit her, but not this year. My dad almost always has to call me. I don't know. I think that my mom's too good at the guilt trip for me to not call her. Just be like, you know, sometimes I'm just like really worried about how you're doing. You know, like I want you to call me because I can't see you. So if things like say that you die and then you don't call me for a few days, like how am I supposed to know? And I'd be like, someone would tell you. You would find out. She's literally friends with multiple of my friends on Facebook. If I died, she'd find out. You expand on idol training. It's where I train to be an idol, obviously. But yeah, I'm gonna buy a calendar so that I don't forget holidays anymore. Cause it's making me crazy. That's why I have this stupid stream on Easter Sunday. But tangentially, it has one image in it that is hyper related to Easter. So I'm very excited to say that. What if the state and the internet and phones and word of mouth didn't exist? Yeah, I know. If the apocalypse happened, she'd be really SOL. She's right. You know what? You're so right. I always talk to family when I'm driving home from work. I mean, you know, it's just like casual too, like a decompress. Cause I don't really like call anyone else. And also, most of the time, me and my friends are talking about other stuff. Like I don't tell, for example, Nugget, like, damn, my day was crazy. Unless it truly was crazy and I can make a joke out of it. But I'm never like, yo girl, how's your day been? Cause I know that she woke up at like 3. Maybe that's mean to say. No, it's not, cause I love to rib her. Oh man, I'm so excited to do this PowerPoint. But also, I just wanted to tell you guys, like, even though I know a lot about .hack, there are probably gonna be things that I'll miss, so you'll have to forgive me. You have to forgive me. Yeah, she was just like... Hold on, sorry. Oh, nice. I hope that Big Ham shows up. I know that Big Ham's a big .hack fan, but you know, this is .hack's heyday right now, even more than previously. And I have a lot of anecdotes. I'm clipping any mistakes and posting them to the .hack subreddit. Oh no! 3 people are gonna see that in the subreddit. Oh god. I'm gonna get got! Did your uncle work at CyberConnect? No, because there's like not even a drop of Japanese in my body. But there are a lot of interesting things to think about, like in context of when .hack was released, especially like 2002 in particular, that I think really make .hack shine. CyberConnect is Polish. Oh, yeah, very, very, very Polish name, and also, a lot of .hack takes place in San Francisco, actually. So it's not Polish. It's at least Japanifornian, like in Phoenix Wright, you know? Or Big Hero 6, I think they do the Japanifornia. Man, everything takes place in California, but I've never been to San Francisco. Have any of you guys been to San Francisco? Cause I don't know like what's so good about it. Is it just like a great place to go for like if you're a young person? A few times. I'd rather die. It's okay. Don't worry. They poop on the streets a lot. That's unfortunate. That makes me nervous. Never been to the US. That's fair. You don't have to go. What's San Francisco? A city in California. Yeah, I've only been... The closest I've been to San Francisco is San Jose for off-Kai, but that's pretty much it. I'm trying to think. Yeah, I think that might be the closest. Would you believe it? People with money experience it very differently. Oh, shit. Okay, maybe I shouldn't go then. I mean, that's like the home of the peptide. So I want to see what the average San Francisco rich person looks like. Oh no, maybe that's San Jose, because that's Bay Area, Silicon Valley. I don't know. I didn't see any sexy peptide women when I went to off-Kai, at least that I remember. I mean, there were sexy women all around me, so I was blinded. But I can't remember being distinctly like, wow, holy shit, you look crazy. If you make $100,000 a year, you're considered poor. Holy shit. Yeah, I can't imagine living anywhere where like, okay, one, that's ridiculous, and two, like, just tech stuff. Tech stuff seems so crazy. I don't know, man. Like, vibe coding and like AI startups and the whole ecosystem that exists over there seems dystopian to me. I was hoping to see supercars, but I didn't. Really? Does San Francisco have a lot of supercars? I see supercars all the time. Like really souped up vehicles, do you mean? I mean occasionally, maybe once a month I see a car where I'm like, holy shit, that's modded. Peptides are a response to all the eat the rich comments, IMO. What, because they're making their body inedible? They're reconfiguring their molecular, makeup to be toxic to the average person? Yes! Kogan will come in. Honestly, amazing. It's like when they spray down leftover food in restaurants with like that blue goo. Have you ever seen it? It's like a blue liquid that they throw over uneaten food so that people don't eat it out of the garbage. That must be what peptides are to the rich person's body. Oh, not like a souped up car, like a Bugatti. Oh no, maybe I've never seen that before. Have I seen one in person? No, maybe. I mean, I could just go look outside at night. Cause especially last night, holy shit, people were street racing. But most of the time the street races are not with fancy cars. They're just with souped up cars instead. It's really weird because before I used to live next to a really, really popular street racing area. And I didn't realize. And people were getting arrested there all the time, dude. All the time. Like 50 people at once. But those cars were just souped up. But where I live now, they do street racing too. But it's mostly motorcycles. Or like pocket rockets. Sure, there's even more expensive cars in Florida. Yeah, there are. My favorites is that Florida uniquely has a antique car license plate. And so I think you get something special like from the state if you get that. Like if you have like a real antique car. So I really like that. People would be driving some ugly weird shit in Florida to have that license plate. Like really, really, really weird clown cars. What kind of Fast and Furious part of town do you live in? I guess that's every part of where I live. I don't know why there are so many people. I feel like Florida would be an epic place to do street racing because all the roads are super flat. Like, I would not street race on a place with hills. That's like initial decor. I don't want. Alligator racing, those things can get like to 30 miles per hour. So I can't endanger other people for too long. No! Yeah, I'm trying to see. It's not really called a clown car. Car that is small. I don't know. Car that is small. Oh, yeah. I think I saw someone one day driving. What is it? It was one of these. Small cars. Collecting small cars. 5 low-power heroes. Maybe it was like a Vespa? Like a really old Vespa that I saw one time? I was like, no way is that street legal. Cause if that guy crashes, he's dead instantly. He's more than dead. He's like a little pancake. Or maybe it was like a tiny BMW. It was such a small car. Vespa's a moped, yeah, but they also made antique cars. Florida power, baby. Yeah, I guess it's fine. It's whatever. I don't know too much about cars. I'm sorry. And I don't really know how you get into cars. I guess it's just like over time. I wish that my dad had taught me anything about cars, but low-key, he doesn't give a shit about cars either. He doesn't really know that much about cars at all. Like, to the point where I don't think I've even ever seen him change the oil. Like, it's just not something that he's interested in, I guess. I never really thought about it. Yeah, even my grandpa and my dad don't really do any car work. But I understand the appeal of it, because it's kind of like a model kit. Like, to do a car restoration is like having your own gigantic model kit that you work on for your entire life. Have interest in cars, have collections. Yeah, it's like a model kit of a car, but big. Yeah, that's what I was thinking of it. When I started thinking about it like that, I was like, I could do that. I just have to learn. No, that's a really bad hobby to get into. Maybe when I'm like 60, I'll be like, yep, it's my car restoration era. Driving them around instead of the sporty ones. I like the sporty ones more than anything. But I do understand the appeal of having a pickup truck nowadays. Because before, I didn't used to want one. I kind of thought they were ridiculous. But also in Florida, they got the ones that are super jacked up. And you know, I'm short, like 5'2". And so sometimes I get into my friends' cars and I would have to be like airlifted to the seat because it's so high up. Like, why? And they wouldn't even be that tall either. But now that I live on the West Coast, no one has a pickup truck. And do you know how clutch those things are for moving shit? Everyone's got a small little tiny dinky car that, I mean, me included, that like doesn't carry anything. And I understand the appeal of an SUV. I want an SUV so bad. I mean, not now because gas prices are so high. But like, some with some space. Oh my God, can you imagine having space in your car? I totally get it. I don't need a lift kit on my brand new Chevy. I just need some space. Yes, everyone needs one truck friend. I have 0. Yeah, I used to have like 7 truck friends. Aren't most cars in the US tanks that will kill a child? Only pickup trucks. Well, I mean, it depends. It depends on which one. But yeah, I understand why soccer moms have big-ass cars. It's how you get monster cans on the floor. I would clean it. What the heck? I would keep it all nice and tidy. How dare you? Yeah, everyone drives those trucks around here. Usually for size queens. You know what I hate the most about pickup trucks? You know, pickup truck owners in the South don't really make themselves look good. Even though it's so clutch to have one. And you know what? I was actually wading through water for like a mile straight after a tropical storm. And you know who helped me get to my destination? Was 2 dudes in a lifted pickup truck that was very slightly above the water. And they picked me up and they put me in the back of their pickup truck and they drove me where I needed to go at the end of the water. But lots of the time, people really like those truck nuts. Even when I went back to Florida, there was a couple of pickup trucks that had truck nuts, and I thought that was over. That era was over, but apparently it's not. Yeah, I couldn't believe it. And because I was walking with my mom at the time, too, because we were going to go see a friend. And I was like, hey, even though it's super flooded, I'm just going to walk there, even if I'm in waist-deep water. And so she was like, well, I'll come with you. And I was like, you don't have to come with me, girl. And so she was wading in waist-deep water in flip-flops, which I thought was weird. I just took my shoes off. I was at the Dot Hack panel yesterday. Where? A Silverus, where? You were at the Dot Hack panel yesterday? At Anime Boston? Wait, what was that about? Hold on. Anime Boston. Also, welcome in. Hold on, I'm looking at the programming because I want to see what exactly they talked about. Because I wonder if panels. Oh my god, I can't even see. They had a whole panel for 6 guys. 6 guys only? Oh yeah, I guess this just happened, huh? Why isn't this working? I was one of those 6 guys. Good. I can't find the programming for this shit. I don't know why. So many levels of water being filthy. I know. Maybe because it's over, they just got rid of it already? That's crazy. Hope your Easter was grand. It has been. It has been so far. I'm pretty happy. Oh, here we go. I got it. Let's see. Dot Hack panel. Yes, there we go. This panel is going to cover as many things dot hack as we can in an hour. Mine is way more reined in than that. So I kind of like hemmed and hawed about how far I wanted to go with it. And I decided that I would only talk about dot hack the first 4. Kind of. Cause it would be too complicated for me to explain like how the aftermath of dot hack, the first 4, impacts the Dot Hack GU series. And I think most people have probably played Dot Hack GU, but knowing all the stuff that happens in Dot Hack, the first part, is pretty critical to knowing what's happening in GU. IMHO. I mean, not really. They're pretty standalone, but also unique in their own ways. But it's like the direct fallout from that. Also, Bareback, thank you so much for the follow. And hi, Michael, how are you? I was just interested to see what they had talked about. Were there a lot of people in that panel, a Silverus, or was it just like, was it just a couple guys? You're all too stupid to understand if Citrus went deep. No. I tried to pare it down, because my biggest issue with doing presentations is that I talk really fast, and I jump all over the place, and I don't, like, pause. I should just talk slower. I'm gonna talk slower from this point. I'm learned. It was all a bunch of 10-year-olds with expensive German computers. Oh, look who did the research, actually. That's so funny. Looks like 9-Volt Worm has browsed the Dot Hack Wikipedia, which I'm not going to be talking about that because I've never watched Dot Hack Roots. And, I watched some of Dot Hack Sign, enough to remember what I needed to remember for this presentation. Maybe I should do a presentation at convention, just so that I can be annoying more places. That does sound fun, kind of. I regret never getting the Dot Hack games. I don't know if they'll ever come out, realistically. But you should just play them on an emulator. Oh shit, I still haven't, you know what, I still haven't done enough testing on my .hack game. And you know what, I'm gonna have to emulate like the last two. That's okay. Better than EverQuest confirmed. You know, EverQuest had like just come out when .hack released too. It's pretty interesting because .hack's like development cycle was crazy. And I didn't really understand until I started doing research, but freaking the first 4 games came out at a breakneck speed. The first one came out in June of 2002. Then the second one came out in September of 2002. Then the third one came out in December of 2002. And then the fourth one came out in 2003. That's 3 games in 1 year, dude! That's absurd! Like, they must have just had them all on lock. Like, just ready to punch through. There's no way that they turned that around in that time period. Pre-PS3 devs were on crack. I'm always convinced that there was something going on that was making developers, like, in the early 2000s just go sicko mode. Like, I wish I knew what it was. Is it meth? Is it coke? Were the Japanese getting cocaine? Or was it just, like, hellish working conditions? Or were they just locked in? Like, I wish I could know what the secret was. I want to be there. Called pre-HD graphics and crunch. Oops. Yeah. Yeah, these release windows are so short. And in addition, I'll just talk about this now because I don't have a slide for it. So, you guys know .hack sign. .hack sign started in August of 2002. Concurrently with the .hack game series coming out, and it ended in September of 2002. And there are characters that are in Volume 3 of .hack that are from .hack sign. And so you would only know who they are if you had watched .hack sign and also played .hack at the exact same time. Like, is that not an absurd multimedia, like stage? I don't know how else to put that. That is an absurd turnaround time. Like, you have to be locked in. Maybe if they took a long between releases, it would have had more of an impact. I wonder if that's because Bandai was stepping on their I don't know how else to put this. I don't even know. Bandai was stepping on their private parts the entire time, I think. Like, because in the developers, Peroshi, he's like the main dev at CC2. He was talking about how he literally begged for .hack to come out to Bandai and then said, "You can fire my whole team if these games don't do well." Like, he put like people's jobs on the line. Not nearly as bad as Final Fantasy 15? How so? I don't think it would have. I don't know. If it took a little longer between releases, it would be easier to find the games, I think. Animax Singapore! Yeah, .hack sign! Yes, it's directly related to .hack, the first 4 games. Nomura's child that they took from the crib? They should have smothered that thing. No. I love Final Fantasy 15. Nomura shouldn't have been allowed to make many things. Had an anime? Oh yeah, I've still never watched that. What's it called? King's March? Kingsglaive? Oh my god, wait, what is that called? It is called Kingsglaive. Yeah. Still never watched that, and I love that game. I loved Final Fantasy 15. I don't know why I didn't watch it. Kingsglaive is goated? That's what I hear, and it looks like just one really long Square Enix cutscene, which does highly appeal to me. Then a mobile version too with chibi graphics. It has Jesse from Breaking Bad. Are you serious? No, it doesn't. Are you serious? No, it doesn't. Oh, it does. Why? Sean Bean is in it? Why'd they get all these? What? Aaron Paul is Nix Ulrich. Damn. Is this his only? Oh my god, no, he's in other stuff. I was like, is Aaron Paul in any other VA roles? He's in Invincible. He was in Robot Chicken and BoJack Horseman, and he was Gamer 691 in Black Mirror. I didn't know that he plays the main character of Dispatch. Interesting. Yeah, Sean Bean is a voice actor. Yeah, the ending of Final Fantasy 15 sucks. But my least favorite part about it is that they all had goatees so that they looked like they were old. But you know, they got like 18-year-olds who can grow a goatee. You're not fooling me. This time skip sucks. Maybe that's just me though. I don't know. Prompto looked terrible with the goatee. I can't do it. I can't do it. Time skip, yeah, it's a terrible time. No, it's okay. You know what? I don't hate it. This 36-year-old looks 16. Yeah, he... Hold on, I love you. Vesh's, message got auto-modded because he said twink boy. Allow that shit right in! Yeah, twink boy is allowed. Hi, Finch, welcome in. How are you? How are you? If you don't stop shaking your head, I'll hold it with my two bare hands. I'm gonna keep shaking my head because it helps me think easier. Maybe that's just me, but if I stand like stock still, I feel like I think less good than if I was just like shaking around. Pronto is a stupid name. It's Prompto, you fool. No, it's just auto-modding. Because it could be an insult, but I'm only using it as a loving term. I would never disparage twinks. That's like one of our like most important portions of our ecosystem, like our human ecosystem. Prompto, hyperactive. I'm surprised it's auto-modded. Some weird stuff gets auto-modded all the time. I'm trying to think of what it was. Nugget's name gets auto-modded near constantly. Any misspellings of it, because they think it's the N-word. But random stuff like that gets auto-modded all the time. Since what is it? It's so... Never. Am I late for the Dot Hack Nerd Out? No, I haven't even started it yet, because I'm still yapping. I'm sorry. It warned us. Offense, I said skip. Yeah, oh, I got auto-modded because I said something mean to Nugget, like as a joke, and it said, "Are you sure that you want to send that? This could hurt the streamer's feelings or be potentially flagged as means for ban." And I was like, "Yep, send that shit through. Send it through, man." No, I do have a Dot Hack slideshow. I have 19 slides. I could have done more. In fact, I was adding more slides to this, like, to the very end. To, like, 2 minutes before stream. Confirm, send that shit through. I got people to bully. If Citrus were a guy, she'd be a twink. I'd hope so. I'd either want to be a twink, or I'd want to be a bear. No in between. Like, I don't want to be, like, just normal shaped. I want to be like a big boy, or I want to be like a little tiny boy. Either one is fine. Druid hours. What, like a Halcyon, maybe? I think she'd be short and hairy. I'm not very hairy to begin with. My dad's hairy. Actually, I probably would be hairy. Oh, ew. Oh God, thank God I was born a woman. Yeah, he's got like a lot of hair, like a lot. Like so much hair that mosquitoes don't even bite him because his hair is so thick that, oh my gosh. Oh my God. Glowy, welcome in. Hi, what's up? How are you? How are you? Get pumpkin patched. What's up? Hi, Raiders. My name is Citrus Sunshine, your clumsy 2D idol. Oh, you're Lost and Found Co. Interesting. Hi. I'm yapping before I do like a .hack slideshow, like a lore dump on it. April pumpkins. Pumpkins can grow all throughout the year. Your model looks really good, thank you. Hi. I just gave you a follow. Thank you so much. Yeah, your model is so crazy. She knocked over her poster board. It's all online. It's all online. How dare you? Yeah, I was just yapping. What was I saying? Oh, I'm talking about how I wanted to be like, if I was born a guy, I'd probably be really hairy because my dad's really hairy. But yeah, he never gets bitten by mosquitoes because he's like, just got a wool coat on. It's crazy. Ashikara, welcome in. I hope your stream was good though. I looked at what you were streaming before and it looked really cozy. And happy Easter also. +1 AV treat. It was a nice stream. Harry Twink. Ooh, is that appropriate? I barely have any body hair. Yeah, he's got like it everywhere. Ooh, I'm thinking about what he's gonna look like when he's old. Yeah, I read this tweet just a couple of days ago talking about this guy who was like, he was bodybuilding and he was recommended to use Nair on his chest so that he could do oiling. And so he was like, yeah, I'll just slather this all on. And he accidentally put it on his nipples and it caused him to get like massive scabs on his nipples. And then the scabs fell off and then the skin underneath it was like a newborn babe's. Do not do that. I know, don't do that. Even when I was a kid, my mom was like, shave your legs, but never use Nair. Never use Nair ever. And I was like, why? And she was like, just don't try. Yeah, he had completely new nipples. I wish I had linked that. I almost wanted to. I should have linked it in Discord. Do not use it outside of arms and legs. You could get a shave like normally. Don't use Nair. Nair is literally a chemical burn. What if I want new nipples? Go for it. Go for it. I wonder if you can use Nair on your head so you can be super bald. Like mega bald, like shiny, like Mr. Clean. Are you sure it's not an undesirable blood type? Maybe it could be, because I'm type O negative, which apparently mosquitoes love. Nair means neutral air to me. Yeah, bro. You've been having some good Nairs recently. Yeah, I've used Nair when it was a swimmer, and it's very useful. Yeah, but don't put it on your sensitive parts. Can you eat it? I don't think so. I think hospital immediately. Like hospital as soon as physically possible. Like make yourself throw up bad? Hospital. I don't know what you would do in that situation. Don't put Nair in your mouth. Don't put Nair in your mouth. Every high school had one guy who tried to use Nair on his balls. Thank God I'm born a woman. Thank you, God. So I don't have to hear these stories. My freaking Christ. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm so happy that I was born a woman every day. Jesus Christ. So, like, what happened? What happened to him? I just... Yeah, I do know guys who did that. What? Was that guy Nightfall? Yeah, what happens to you? What happened? Okay, tell me. What is Nair? It's like a shaving cream, but you don't shave with it. It's like a foam that you leave on your body for like a minute, and then you clean it off immediately. But it's a chemical reaction that happens where it just kind of like burns off all the hair on your body. It's fine if you don't leave it on too long. Yes, that is true. But some people don't know how to Remove it quickly. Agony happens. Yeah, is it agony when you put it on your balls? I'm just curious. We all haven't seen that, Vivian, actually. We haven't seen that. We haven't seen that before. Not me, at least. Also, let me say thank you to everyone. And Glowy, I don't want to hold you if you're tired after stream, but thank you so much for the raid. Soapy and Windnecro and Angry Peachy and Crispy. Thank you guys so much for the follow. And Sunny Nickel and Explorer and Novistock and Toasty Fried Chicken. Thank you so much. That's what Baron Harkonnen bathes in. It looks like it. You should watch it. No, I'm okay. I'm like good on that. I'm good on that. I would never watch that. I've done waxing once before, and it's agonizing. Why would you do that? Yeah, but my friend was like, "Oh, you should like come with me while I get it for emotional support." And I was like, "Okay." And then she was like, "Why don't you do just like your arms?" And I was like, "Okay, yeah, sure." Hurts like shit. It hurts. I can just shave myself. That's fine. You know what? I don't need to wax. Cause I just got eyes. Yeah, on your arms. Like if you have like some light, like arm hair. I wanted to kill her after that. I was like, you do this all the time? Do you have no nerve endings? Or it doesn't work if you wash it off right away, but when it works, it burns. Yes. Yeah, I've never used it before because I've been too scared. Knowing me, I would just... Knowing me, I would probably put it on for too long and give myself a chemical burn. I'm just gonna Google what happens when you eat Nair. What happens when you eat Nair? Dilapidatory poisoning. Depilatory poisoning. A depilatory is a product used to remove unwanted hair. Yeah, show me. Coma. Diarrhea. Vomiting. Convulsions. Poison control. ER. This could be a very serious poisoning. Extensive damage to the mouth, throat, and stomach is possible. I assumed. So awesome. Never eat Nair, please, for love of God. Nair dinner is canceled. You can't have Nair for Easter dinner. I'm sorry. Gamerling and Jack, thank you guys so much for the follows as well. And Asian Garfield, thank you for the 120 stream streak. Would you rather always feel slightly dirty even when clean? Or never being able to finish activities longer than an hour investment? Always feel slightly dirty, I guess. It depends. Oh, both of those are terrible. But yeah, probably slightly dirty. Because I want to do activities for longer than an hour. Just use baking soda as a neutralizer? Wow. So chemical reaction pilled. Gen Alpha is literally trying to cancel Nair. Valor, thank you so much for the follow. Okay, yeah, we can do my PowerPoint now after this ad break ends. And I'm going to do my absolute bestest to speak slowly and also not get off topic. I think I can do it. If not, I have like 5 pages of notes to refer to, so I can just fall back on that. Yeah, let me see. There are only a couple of major topics that I didn't add into it, but I think I hit most of what I wanted to. And this is just to make you guys excited for when I play .hack after I beat Dark Souls or after I beat freaking Blueprints, which that will never happen, ever. No get up topic challenge level impossible! DS2 first for sure, maybe. I was planning on playing a little bit of Blueprints after stream, maybe. 5 more years of Blueprints. No, we're gonna figure it out, dude. Yeah. I'm no longer willing to be cucked on stream in Blueprints. I will figure this shit out. Like, I believe in mutual monogamy when it comes to my puzzles and me. And no one's gonna get in the way of that. Who's cucking me, Mr. Blueprints? Prince himself. okay. Okay, I'm going to... Oh, I'm here for the lecture! Sorry that I just said that. Hi, Big Ham, hi! Hi! Big Ham, you very much like Dot Hack, is that correct? Have you played them before? I'm just curious. Cause or you were talking about it before. Would you rather get shot in the leg every 4 months or eat Nair twice a year? I would love to have neither of those happen to me, TBH. But if I have to, it's fine. I guess. Am I hitting, like, major arteries when I'm shot, or no? Three-fourths of the PS2 ones never beat Quarantine, that's fair. I played the RPGs and the card game. Yes, Searden, I saw that you messaged that on Twitter. Okay. Here, I'm gonna switch. Hi! Welcome to my PowerPoint. Basically going to be a very deep overview of the lore that is the background for everything that happens in Dot Hack. It's going to be relatively comprehensive. I'm gonna have to go back and forth between some slides because in order to understand the majority of what happens in Dot Hack, you have to pretty much follow this really complicated timeline that occurs only in... So a lot of this info is only in the DVDs that you received with each game. So the Thanatos reports is what they're called. It's 4 different DVDs that basically take place outside of the game itself. Like it's like a augmented reality, I suppose. How much IQ do you need to understand Dot Hack? Not much, I don't think. As long as you can follow the story. Low-key, I barely knew any of this before when I was a kid when I first played, but afterwards, I feel like I appreciate it a lot more. Purple, thank you so much for the follow. Nah, I'd understand. I think that you... So, Dot Hack is very, very multimedia heavy. So, concepts that are explained in Dot Hack Sign are relatively critical to what happens in the Dot Hack games. And, sorry. But it's just a supplemental if you didn't understand before. But Dot Hack Sign is already a pretty difficult anime to understand contextually. They're kind of symbiotic in that way. There's also like Dot Hack Link, Dot Hack Roots that are 2 anime series that came out. I never watched them. I know that they're supplemental to GU, but I didn't. I didn't watch them at the time, I think because I didn't like Haseo. And you know, all these games that I played when I was like 11 or 12 years old. So, my opinions sucked, generally. And only in retrospect did I realize that I was playing Peak. Peak the video game by Aggro Crab. But a brief overview of the Dot Hack series is that they're just PS2 RPGs simulating an MMORPG. The first 4 came out between 2002 and 2003, followed by Dot Hack GU, which was... This is the only time that text is going to be covered, I think. Dot Hack GU came out 2006 to 2007. Still a pretty fast turnaround. I had said before that the first 4 games came out 3 in 1 year, 1 in the next year, which is absurd. Hold on, yeah, I'm gonna move this to the left a little bit. I'm gonna also move myself. What is Dot Hack? Like the words itself mean? That's a complicated question in general. 'Cause, like, it means a lot of different things. The main characters of the Dot Hack series are called Dot Hackers, which can be, this is the only time that text is covered. I'm gonna, like this. Is this pre-WoW in Final Fantasy XI? Interestingly, kind of. Kind of is the answer. So between 2002 and 2003, Ultima Online 2 was what was most popular, and I think that World of Warcraft literally came out in 2002, followed by Ragnarok Online, I think 2002, late 2002, early 2003. But this was really like turn of the century MMORPG media. Like, I think that RuneScape was out at this time as well. I might be mistaken. But MMORPGs did not really look like this when this game came out. I think probably the closest would be Phantasy Star Online. Turn of the Millennium, you're right. Started developing before WoW then? I believe so. Yeah, this game like doesn't have any real WoW motifs, which I think it would if WoW had come out during this time. And I think I'm pretty thankful for that, because like it has like nearly no Western influence. You can definitely tell by how people interact with each other, by how like they talk with emoticons and interact like as player characters. A main thing in this game is the anonymity of each player character. So our protagonist, Kite, he is like 13 or 14 years old. He is joining the world, which is the name of this game, because of his friend Orca, who is also around 13, 14 years old. But Orca, his friend, has been playing for quite a while. He played the beta version of the world, and he's very well respected. He's well respected, and he uses a voice changer, which makes him seem much older than he is. A lot of the characters enjoy this kind of anonymity that an MMORPG can bring. Yeah, Orca of the Azure Sea, and he has explaining why that's his name is not something that I put in here. But yeah, he's very well known. He has this friend Balmung of the Azure Sky. Both of them did this like super rare event that gave them a lot of clout in the game. And so Orca is considered like a very high skill, high level player. Every 10-year-old boy wants to be a respected man. Yes. But he literally is. And so Orca is, you know, bringing his friend into the game, like teaching him that's like the first 15 minutes of Hack Volume 1. Is him being like, yeah, I'll teach you how to go into like dungeons and stuff, and we can run one. How's that sound? Like, welcome to the game. And then it quickly devolves from there. But the entire game is based on a fake OS system. So this is basically like your main menu. The game itself, you can run from this home menu. I put two different ones here because they look slightly different. The one on top is from the original .hack games, and the second one is from .hack GU. Basically, you can use these OS systems to like look at forums and look at the news. There are news articles that will populate the more that you play the game. There are also like really fun ones to go through. Like you can see this guy has like a background on the top one, because there are like art forums where you can download people's art that they make, and you can also like upvote them, I believe. And you can use them for your wallpapers, which I always thought was really fun. And as you progress through the game, the news changes, the forum posts change, like, oh wow, it's kind of weird shit's happening here. Yeah, I think it's some kind of based on Final Fantasy XI, but I think Final Fantasy XI came out after this too. Like, the news is super topical to modern day. I think like one of the first news articles that's in .hack the original series is one that's like guy meets up with his girlfriend from the world who turns out to be his mother. Like, very weirdly topical, but also, girl, you gotta talk to each other more than that. Is it better than Linux? Yes, in this world. Oh yeah, something critical that I didn't explain is that in this universe, all of the world and all games, I think in general, are played with a virtual reality headset. And those are like, I guess, dime a dozen. They must cost like $15 because everyone has one. Like, damn, I want to live in the world that has this technology. Because the way that these virtual reality headsets work is that it basically seems like they give you haptic feedback as well. So you can sit there and you can play the game, but most people prefer to do the virtual reality headset because it's like being in the game yourself. Funny how cheap they look when you see the real world. Yeah. And I mean, this was way before virtual headsets were popular whatsoever. It's so funny to think about how even the virtual reality headsets in this game look really similar to what's being made right now. And they're still not as good as what's in this. Yeah, their shock T isn't taking damage. Yes. That's, I think, no, it's not in .hack sign. But there are a lot of ways that the virtual headset kind of enhances gameplay, and you're supposed to role play. Like, this is like hella LARP gameplay, where you're supposed to be like, no, I really am like a blade master. No, I'm living a second life, which I think is very not typical in modern day MMOs. Like, I think we should LARP more, TBH. I don't know why we don't. But I think that's also typical for like Japanese gameplay in general, like to live fully that second life. They call me wise man because I am a wise man. You're idiot. Stop. I'm gonna ban you soon. Stop it. Oh yeah, but a brief overview of what happens to catalyze everything that happens in the rest of .hack is I basically explained you and your friend Orca go to a dungeon. And the vibes are off when you go. So Kite keeps seeing this white-haired girl that is running around and being chased. Orca and Kite try to chase this girl and be like, and they lose her. And Orca's just like, yeah, it's whatever. Let's just go to like the treasure chest in the end of the dungeon. And so they try to. They get intercepted by Skeeth, the Terror of Death, who is chasing the white-haired girl. And then Skeeth proceeds to crucify Orca, data drain him, and put him in a coma. And then, as this happens, Aura gives Kite this special bracelet that has the ability to data drain enemies. And he uses it on Skeeth to temporarily push back Skeeth and the main antagonist's goals just for a short time. What is data draining? So, okay, but I'll explain that in a second. To explain what data drain means, I need to explain like a lot more. But average MMO random event. But yeah, Orca goes into a coma in real life. And they think it's because the virtual headsets kind of can give you such a convulsive shock that it sends you into a coma or can kill you. But it only killed like 2 people or whatever in the beta. So they were like, ship that shit. Data draining sounds funny. It's pretty critical because you're being chased by like an essentially like a language learning model. Kind of. But here, I'll explain this because the timeline is really tight for .hack. Also, it's kind of complex. But how did the world even get this ability to send people into a coma? Like, I think that's a pretty good question. Like, why is it so strong and like so? Why does it even have the ability to send people into comas in the first place or kill them? But we have to go like super far back. We have to go to Egypt. No, we have to go all the way back to the Big Bang. No, I'm lying. Okay, so basically, these are the 2 most major players that contribute to the world's strength and also versatility. No, it's more complex than that, Black Ops. I will explain it. So these 2 people are like literally Satan on Earth. Emma Wylant and Harold Heroic. Emma Emma is the leader of a eco-terrorist group called Mama that was created in 1986 by a group of German women who are all under the impression that in the next 1,000 years there is going to be the extinction of all life on Earth if humans continue to create more and pollute more. God, I hate Greenpeace! Yeah, both Emma and Harold are German, I believe. But a lot of the people who are in Mama are not German. Do I have a picture? Yeah, I do. So all these women, Emma is in the back behind the chair. These women aren't just like typical women. One of them is the head of national defense of the United States. Two of them created Ultimate OS, the operating system. One of them is, wait, I wrote down what the other ones were. I was like, Jesus Christ, dude. Hold on, where is it? Oh yeah, one's a senator also. But these women all kind of occupy very prestigious positions in like business, industry, culture, tech in particular. All this for Love and Deep Space. Why do they always portray them like that? What? Old? White? No, but yeah, these are all women who are dedicated to finding a way to stop humankind essentially from existing, or to do that in such a way that humankind can go on while still preserving the Earth. OG Fems, it's a German terrorist group because the original members were German. The lady who is in the chair, she's German herself. She created the group, but Emma Weiland ended up taking over for her once she passed. She's also German. All the other women are just auspiciously American. Persona 4 anime? I've never watched it. Hold on. Yeah, so at the time that this is all going on, this is like the 1990s, is when Emma and Harold meet. Harold is a solo game developer. And him and Emma kind of like have a lover's tryst. She's married to someone who's 20 years older than her. Doesn't really reciprocate to him, but he's pretty obsessed with her and is willing to basically do whatever she wants. And so they meet and they speak on, you know, like trying to eradicate mankind, which they're both huge fans of. It's good to find a woman who shares your interests. Yeah, I was thinking about it. I couldn't find it on the Wikipedia, but in .hack AI Buster, which I have on my bookshelf right behind me, many a man have been raptured this way. Yeah, literally a fed. But I remember reading an anecdote saying that Harold was also a huge bastard. Like, he would be mean to people at CC Corp when he was developing his game. He was like a slob. He would write over people's codes without telling them and ruin things just because he hated them. Like, he was a huge bastard. So they're bastards together. But they talk on what can be done. Solo dev behavior. They talk about what can be done. At this same time, Mama, some members of Mama create Ultimate OS, which is, I think in the 1990s they made it. So it's kind of like not an analog for Windows. I would definitely call it an analog for Linux. What is my next one? Oh yeah, not yet. Here we go. I'll go to this one. This operating system is kind of like under. It's not popular. It's created in San Francisco. Same with CyberConnect 2. Ultimate OS basically is trying to be like the most impenetrable operating system imaginable. So like from viruses, from malware, from bad actors, but they're still like trying to get the market share. I'm imagining Windows is probably what's most popular at this point. I say it's like an analog for Linux, kind of. I put the Linux penguin there. I put it there. It's not typically there, but I just wanted to put it there because I love the Linux penguin. So, Ultimate OS has like a lot of members, and some of them in 2003 break off from this company to create CyberConnect Corporation, which is called CC2. And they're hoping to make a video game during this time. Keep in mind, some of these people definitely have already been influenced by some of these women right here. While this is all happening, 2005 hits, and this major event happens to the world. The world, not the game, but to the actual Earth. It's called Pluto's Kiss, where a 10-year-old hacker pushed a malware so dramatic that it turned off all internet and all communications for 8 minutes all across the world. And, like, tons of people died, like, banks couldn't, do any type of movement in their bank accounts, airplanes crashed or couldn't even fly out. It basically caused hell on Earth. And following this, it turned out that Ultimate OS was the only operating system that did not go out during Pluto's Kiss. So, following this, everyone switched to Ultimate. And it became the de facto operating system. Oh my god, yeah, and in addition, after this happened, since everyone's using Ultimate OS, someone who is in MAMA, the National Head of Security of the United States, she implements a law stating that every single computer system has to run Ultimate. Which is quite interesting because, there's definitely a reason why she does that. So, like, this basically changed how people interact with the internet entirely. Like, there's no games coming out, there's no, like, social media around this time. I can only imagine. Or if there is, it's very small. But yeah, CC Corp cuts out, breaks away from Ultimate and starts working on a video game for the Ultimate OS system. And it's kind of interesting to see that CC Corp uses themselves as their own antagonist in their games. Do you guys think it's like kind of jerking yourself off-y to have yourself in your own game? Because they're kind of like gray area characters. A lot of the characters that are directly from CyberConnect are like game masters or people who are like lightly influencing the game's actions in order to make it better for players. Like, for example, in .hack AI Buster, which is one of the light novels, one of the main characters is a game master who's trying to eradicate a vagrant AI. And she kind of realizes, like, damn, this thing's kind of got sentience. I shouldn't kill it. And then she kind of had, like, this crisis of faith working for a company while still having to kill a child. Yeah, giving a vent valve for player discontent. Sometimes they're good people, though. I think it's interesting to use because it's kind of, like, meta in a sense. But it also makes sense, like, from the way the game is structured, you know, like you're playing a video game made by a company. But you're also doing that in the game as well? By pretending to be bad guys, pull the wool over their eyes, as it were? Yeah, it's about who they are. I do think it's an interesting concept to do in general. I don't really think I've seen it outside of... Maybe Aggro Crab does it as a joke. But to have your own company be the semi-antagonist is an interesting concept. Oh, Jinsei, I will write you a handwritten thank you. Thank you so much. Oh yeah. Okay, yeah, I got through Pluto's Kiss. So this is 05. This happens. But before that happens, Emma Wylant dies. 1 year before this happens. And they say it's a car crash. They don't really know. They think that maybe something else happened to her, but we don't know personally. And Emma Wylant, outside of being in Mama, she is also the author of this poem that's crazy freaking long, called The Epitaph of Twilight. And it's unique in the fact that when it was written, there was no way to download it or copy it. You had to handwrite it. And so This is like her last will and testament, essentially, this epitaph of Twilight. And following Pluto's kiss, it's basically lost. But not really, because... I'll explain that in a second. It's not really lost, because the epitaph of Twilight is what the world's lore is based off of. The world, the game. Harold, in grief, made his beta game Fragment, which turned into the world, into, like, the major overarching lore for the game itself. I take a picture of the epitaph with my phone. Yeah, I think it's very convenient that it's not able to be read. There are so many ways to write it down, but it wasn't very popular when it was written, is what's tried to be emphasized. Like, it wasn't a popular poem, not very many people knew it, and, it kind of, like, disappeared into nothingness. You know, like most things, like on NeoCities or, those kind of early internet websites had. I think it's, like, a very interesting analog for that sort of, like, lost media. Nobody tried very hard. Yes, yeah, it wasn't very well known outside to Harold and Emma and some people, but the entire thing I don't think has ever been fully found. I wonder if the new games will have more info on the epitaph of Twilight. But I think it's pretty comprehensively discussed in the .hack series. But this poem and the enemies in it are directly what the world is based on. Minor spelling mistake, where? Oh god, it's right there. I see it. God damn it. Okay. But, yeah, what did I say? Okay, yeah. So, Harold Harwick, he, for free, gives CC2 the beta version of his MMORPG that he's making following Pluto's kiss. And it has a massive beta test, and it's really successful, but apparently it kills 2 people, but they were like, yeah, whatever, it's fine. Who cares? Who gives a shit? Then they take that beta and turn it into the world that is a massive success. The world is the first game that comes out following Pluto's kiss in its entirety. It comes out in 2007, and 4.5 million people are already playing it on the first day. I don't know how those servers work, but whatever. Gamers die all the time. What if they just had a heart attack from drinking too much, like, Panera bread, like spiked lemonade? Who gives a shit? Yeah. Yeah, the original beta is named Fragment. And you know what? They should have said something when they were like, are you sure that you want to give us this game for free? Are you sure? But they didn't look a gift horse in the mouth whatsoever. They were like, yeah, looks great, ship it. But that game, Fragment, and then the world, was actually given to them with a black box secret code into it that essentially injects a data scraping language learning model that takes player character data and analyzes how people interact with each other in the world to create the ultimate AI, which is Aura on the right. Yeah, and there are many other AIs that exist other than Aura, but it's all supposed to be siphoning into Aura herself. It's Aura farming! It's literally Aura farming for her. Yeah, and it's interesting because Harold was supposed to be working with Emma on the concept of digitizing souls into a virtual space. But following this, he seems to be lost to grief, and he, in turn, basically creates an AI child that would have been their child together instead. Who's that PK character that resembles Kite? That's Tri-Edge, brother. Is that also an AI? Yes. But that's complicated, and I'm not gonna go into GU lore. I'm only going into the base.hack. Yeah. Yeah, but this was before anything like language learning models were really well known or even existed, like in the modern context. I do kind of wonder how they thought this up, cause this AI concept of like data scraping into like feeding an AI seems to be relatively new. Like, am I mistaken? Or was this even a concept that existed in 2002? I mean, 2002 was like EverQuest. Were we making AI that complicated? Yeah. We've had language learning models since 2000. I mean, it's still pretty early concept of like computer engineering. So, what do I have? Oh yeah. Okay. But the data scraper that he created to create Aura kind of finds itself in a paradox, because it's quite intelligent, and it only becomes more intelligent the more it scrapes data from players, and it realizes in a paradox that once Aura is born, it won't have a job anymore. And so it starts to sabotage Aura at every turn. And this language learning model is called Morgana Mode Gone. I don't know why it's called. Oh, it's called that because of the epitaph of Twilight. Am I incorrect? No, I think I'm correct in saying that. Probably just made this sound scary, not language learning model based. But since Morgana finds out that once Aura is born, it won't have a job anymore, it starts to corrupt parts of the world so that Aura cannot gain more information from the data in those areas. Aura's not just getting information from Morgana though. She's also getting it from vagrant AIs like Mia, like Horus, like there's a couple more that I'm blanking on. But there are multiple different types of AIs that are actively learning to send more information to Aura. So it's not just like a one-stop shop. So she's still continuing to learn while all of this is happening. What did I have after this? Oh yeah. But Morgana doing this is essentially why Orca got crucified. Because Morgana at the start of .hack Volume 1 is already actively pursuing Aura to either hurt her or at least hinder her. And so when Orca and Kite meet up, Aura is like, wow, Orca's really strong. Like, what if I had him be my data drainer so that we can fight off Morgana and I can be safe. But Morgana and Skeeth get to Orca before Aura does, and then he gets crucified and comatose, and then Aura's like, well, I guess there's another guy here. Why don't I just give this kid the data bracelet instead? And so that's what happens. That's why this 13-year-old has to do all this work to save his comatose friend, because he was the only person there. Just some kid, yeah. And the bracelet essentially gets rid of virus cores, which Morgana is making in different dungeons in order to corrupt the data so that Aura can't get that information. But with the data drain bracelet, he can kind of fix the areas that are corrupted. This is where it starts to get not into computer stuff anymore. It starts to get more like weird and fantastical. Yeah, the Legend of the Twilight Bracelet. Is it called that? Yeah, the Legend of Twilight Bracelet. But yeah, it has a special move called Data Drain. And when you first data drain in this game, it's scary. You guys remember how, in Majora's Mask, when Link puts on the Deku, mask, and he, like, screams? That used to scare the shit out of me when I was a kid. It's just like that. It's weirdly scary. He seems like he doesn't like doing it every time. Maybe that was just me. Maybe I was just scared. I was really scared of this game when I was younger. To the point where, like, I still have, like, a weird fear of ARGs because I'm like, oh my god, there's something in there. There's something in the computer now. Does it hurt to data drain? No, it doesn't. I don't know why it scares me, other than the screaming that he does. But it's like the same kind of scream. I don't know. It is a cool cutscene. Yes, it's very cool. The concept is cool, and you get like a random power-up depending on I actually, I don't think it depends on anything. I think you just get a random power-up when you data drain in general. Or there's one random event that you can get where you die instantly, which I do like. Maybe Kai's just dramatic. Yeah, but he's like weirdly stoic, cause I played through the first 15 minutes of .hack when I was testing my PS2, and after he has this whole moment and data drains Skeeth, like there's like it's like black screen with text, and it's like Hirohiko, which is Orca's name in real life, fell into a coma, but I didn't go to see him because I knew that he wouldn't want me to see him like that, and I was like, damn, that's like kind of deep. For your bro, for your 13-year-old bro that you know from what, middle school? Oh yeah, I just have like random stuff in here now. So this is like essentially the entire catalyst for it. Everything that I just explained right now is what spurs on the other 3 games. And then it in turn also spurs on the .hack GU series, because the GU project is by CC2, following Aura, following Aura's birth. It's all very complicated and very hidden, mysterious. It's excellent also, and everyone has great personalities too. Very early MMO era personalities, like, oh, I'm a big ass guy and I love like treasure. Let's go get treasure, Kite. I'm like, bro, all my friends are in comas. Leave me alone. That's Peroshi. Peroshi is the lead dev of CC2's insert character. I don't know why he did that. But it's also interesting because this game has like a fake 3 keyword dungeon creator, but I think that each of the keywords were like handmade. And so like one of the most famous areas in the .hack series where like everything happens here, is hidden, forbidden, holy ground. Those are the 3 keywords. And this place freaking rocks. It's got huge ambiance. It's one of the only 3 keywords that doesn't have any enemies in it. And it's the site for everything that happens in .hack AI Buster. But it's interesting to see how they reuse the same area in the same game, because even in .hack GU, which takes place way later than the original series, it's used because the world itself is supposed to be a long-lasting MMO. Like, by the time you play .hack GU, the world R2 is already out. So, like, it's like an updated version of it. And, like, I don't know, it just hits so hard when you go back here, because there's, like, orchestral music playing. In the first games, there's this big-ass statue of Aura with chains in there, which just rocks. I just gotta say. The middle picture is what it looks like from the outside. And then one of the first scenes of .hack GU is where you meet Tri-Edge. I'm not gonna explain Tri-Edge, but you can see it's gone from there because symbolically. Oh, are you getting the themes? Are you getting the themes in such of Aura being chained up? Oh, my themes hurt. Yeah, it's on the same broken foundations, and like, I don't know, they shouldn't have just let that guy do whatever he wanted. But it's very interesting how they continue to still make the world, even following it. I mean, it's super popular. It's a super popular game in this universe. People are playing it. Like, why wouldn't they just keep it, even if all this shit's happening? And a lot of people don't know that any of this stuff is happening. It's only the hackers who are like Kite, Black Rose, Orca, Balmung, Mia, Elk. I almost said Entrance. Like, they all know, and also the game masters from CyberConnect know. But every other like player of the world is just kind of like, whoa, is there like a new event happening? Whoa, weird new event happening. Possible bug? Bug alert. And so it's kind of kept under wraps. Which is crazy to say, because there are so many like just black hat evil people in .hack GU. Well, Orca. I mean, not Orca, but Ovan. But also Yatta. Yatta is a major game master who He's like Yata's like lair looks just like Professor X's like orb that he rolls himself into to telepathically harass people better. Like, but it's also the game's files in there too. It's very like pseudo computer-y in some portions, but I think that like the base layers of .hack are mostly based in reality and weirdly topical. Oban is evil? He's complex. He's complex. I hated him, but you could have your own interpretations on him. He's gray. He's morally gray. I mean, all the time he leaves Haseo to be like, hey, I need you to go and like suffer because you need to build more character. He does that like all the time, and Haseo's like, why do you keep leaving? And he says, because I have to, and then he just leaves. And I'm like, what? Okay, die? Okay, fine, it's fine. But it's interesting to see these things like reiterated on, and a lot of the things that happen in .hack 1 happen or like are the catalyst for things that happen in .hack GU. Like Oban is part of the Twilight Brigade, I believe, which is people who they're like big fans of the .hackers who are Kite and Black Rose. And Project GU is created after the events of what happened with Aura and Kite. So you're missing some critical information when you just go in the GU and nothing else. I mean, none of this stuff is really like super crazy, but it's interesting to get the backstory of it. What's my next one? My next one is, oh yeah. But you may be thinking like why does it even matter? But before Emma died, Mama was looking to find a way to digitize all souls into the virtual space. And that's what Fragment was initially, Harold's game that he made. Also, he was a solo dev, just to say, solo dev behavior. But following this, like, he just didn't do that. He started to create like sentient AI like Aura. But Aura has the capability to soul digitize people. And you can see that in .hack Sign. .hack Sign is .hack Sign is all about someone being trapped in the world indefinitely. And that's caused by Morgana, like, messing... Oh, yeah. Morgana keeps Tsukasa in the world as a soul, unable to leave, because Morgana wants Tsukasa to be so unhappy that it poisons the language learning model for Aura, which in turn will make Aura less likely to learn. Like, that's for real. That's what .hack Sign is about. Yeah. How miserable can I make this one child in my video game? But that's why Tsukasa looks like that all the time. Yes! Yeah, Tsukasa already had, like, super major depression in the real world. And so you gave someone with, like, major depressive disorder an even bigger reason to be depressed. But this is also shown in doll syndrome patients in GU, IDA patients. They also become, like, comatose and they're stuck in the world forever. The concept of soul digitization really gets clearer in GU than it does in .hack, because there are some members of CC2 who are members of Mama who are still trying to soul digitize even after the effects of what happened in the first 4 games. But yeah, he just made a daughter instead, which is pretty reasonable, IMHO. I mean, shit. Oh yeah, also he like digitized himself into the world, and they never explained that. In fact, it was really hard to find any images relating to anything that I'm saying right now because it's all implied. Everything that I've been saying right now is just been implied. Or it's only in DVDs, so no one's ever watched it. Or it's in some bullshit magazine that only it was in Japan that ran concurrently from like the end of the third game to the beginning of the fourth game, and it was never translated. Like, yeah, the story in the show is way tighter than what's currently happening in the game. I mean, this is also over 4 separate games. But yeah, in an interview with RPG Site, I thought it was really interesting that the interviewer to Peroshi was like, "Are you guys gonna do multimedia?" And I didn't really know how hard they went with multimedia at the time. Like, what is their problem? What is their problem? Manga, magazines, and tidbits in magazines, anime, games coming out at the speed of light. I like to question, though. Can I not question? I like questioning what's happening in games. And this game surprisingly has a lot of backstory to it. I don't know. I need to play GU again. Oh yeah, and then this is just like background for the Epitaph of Twilight, which is also like a really major component of what happens in .hack and .hack GU, because Morgana kind of freaks out and starts fashioning itself as a villain based on the Epitaph of Twilight. And this whole poem is basically about like the apocalypse and the people who save it, but there are 8 cursed waves. So Morgana gets known as the cursed wave and starts making all of these like champions, like Skeeth, Innis, Magus, Fidchelgor, Matcha, Tarvos, and Korbanik. And some of these manifest as just enemies, but some of them manifest as like viruses that take over your friends. Like Matcha, for example, is Mia, in .hack GU, kind of, but like she becomes corrupted in .hack Volume 2, I think, or Volume 3, and it turns out that she's been infected with one of these cursed wave enemies. Skeeth! Yeah, I know. God, I don't like Kaseo. No, it's okay. I'm fine. Did it change for her IRL? She's not real. She's a vagrant AI. I wish she was real. God, I used to think that Mia was so hot when I was younger. But I also really like cats. I'm not a furry. But she is like a purple cat girl. But like more cat than girl for sure. But yeah, she's one of the vagrant AIs that's scraping data for Aura. And it's interesting because the child that she's with, Elk, who is her friend, he looks like Tsukasa. Elk grows up and becomes Endrance in .hack GU, but he gets infected with Ida, which is like basically like what happens with like the virus cores in the first games, and his epitaph ends up being Matcha, which looks like Mia, but like not like Mia. It looks like a cat, like an actual cat. Kind of hard to explain. And in .hack GU, these cursed waves are not enemies. Sometimes they are instead like the personas of each character. Like Kaseo's is the terror of death, shadow of death, terror of death. But his is Skeeth. Oh my god, it's so hot in my room, dude. Yeah, I think it's very interesting to have like the recurrence of the cursed wave, but it manifests way differently. And a major concept that CC2 does, not because they're lazy, is reusing player characters or player character designs. Like, that's on purpose. Because these player characters have a unique trait to them that allows them to interact with the game more than other characters. Oh yeah, I also posted pictures of the GU enemies, cause they look really similar to the enemies in the first 4 series. But they're way cooler because this game came out like in 2006, so they had some time to revamp their graphics. Not a lot of character customization. That's on purpose, kind of. Look, here, I have this right here. I knew one of you would say something. Citrus, why do all these characters look so similar? It's because there is something intrinsic about each of these player character designs that allows them to interact with the world better than other player characters. You can see this with like Bear and Orca and Mimiru and Black Rose. So it's more explained in GU, but some characters. This isn't. I tried to find out if this was like computer based. It's not. It's based on how you made your character, like during character customization. Some characters can interact with the cursed wave better than others. I don't know why. And that's why they reuse the Kite design so often, because Kite, his character can interact with the world far differently than others based on the events that happened in the first 4 dot hacks. What's Miku doing there though? Don't worry about it. That's Miku from Dot Hack Link? I forget. I didn't watch it because I thought it was mid. I think I watched 2 episodes of it. But like from left to right, there's like Kite and then Legend of Twilight Kite from the manga, and then there's Tri-Edge, and then oh shit, I forget what the other 3 are. Regardless, it's by design, and also I do kind of wonder if they implemented this type of like passing the baton sort of player character lookalikes, because they were never sure if Bandai was ever gonna let them make another game. So they were like, well, we'll just restart again. We got Kite. We got him right here. How many times I gotta reiterate? And you can see that in Dot Hack Link too. Or is it Link? The new one that's gonna come out. Like, the character looks a lot like Kite. It's because Kite can interact with the world far differently than others. Dot Hack GU, they kind of don't explain the PC stuff, player character stuff. And at first, I thought it meant not player character, but your personal computer. But it doesn't. Such distinct flavors, because they're from the games. The first 3 are from the games. And the second one is from the manga, which was, I think, pretty popular. I have a couple volumes of it. But Tri-Edge, is unique because someone took over Kite's... No, an AI took over Kite's player character after he stopped playing and then started attacking people. And then in GU, Tri-Edge is known as a player killer. And that's kind of like the catalyst for what... No, is it? I think that's the catalyst for what, causes Hiseo to become a player killer. Also, why does this game have player killing? Like, I've never understood that. Ramos is Link, okay. Yeah, Dot Hack the movie is what I was thinking of. Weapon looks stupid, he's a twin blade! Or for Tri-Edge, yeah, it does look stupid. I don't know what you do with that. That's cutting down weeds. For drama, true. Do I have any other after this? No, I think this is my last slide. But this is gonna be important when the new Dot Hack series comes out, because you'll see a lot of these characters reiterated on. For one reason or another. I think they just justify it by being like, it's a new game series, so people customize themselves similar to the Dot Hackers. But I do think it's kind of like reusing kind of character design. I mean, it's an iconic character design, especially the hat. The hat is the most iconic out of all of them. PvE equals no drama, I guess so, but there are like roving clans of player killers. Implemented with each version of the world. Most MMOs at the time always had PvP in the world map. No way. Okay, I guess that makes sense. Hold on, let me take a sip of my water. Even RuneScape had PvP. I didn't know that. I've never played RuneScape. turns orange. I don't think so. I think he's orange for an amazing reason that will never be explained. Yeah, because he's originally, like, blue. And I think it's just because his player character has been modified from that point on. And so, like, that's, I guess, the visual change is how I always took it as. Like, something is different about the coding of his character now. And then things get even, like, more insane with the player characters. Like, some player characters allow children in hospitals to get their souls digitized into the game. Like that's from some .hack franchise that I haven't read either, like .hack, I forget which one it is, but, and that one's even more German than what I just told you guys. It's called like a Schicksal PC, I believe. And yeah, they start to get like closer and closer and closer to digitizing souls with every iteration of the .hack series. So I'm kind of curious to see if that's going to be implemented in the new series as well. That's from, let me see. It's from... Let me see. It is from... It's from .hack Bullet, which was a online web novel, which is insane to say. Oh, you doing some Nomura shit over here. Yeah, I'll read this again, because I read it a long time ago, and I haven't done it since. We digitized this child's soul and put them in the infinite torment machine just to see if we could. Is there gonna be a new anime? They haven't said that there's gonna be, but I can only imagine, yes, there is going to be. Kite is supposed to be a twin blade. There's only a couple of classes, and at least in the first version of the world. But in the second version, there's a little bit more. There's like Wave Master. There's Twin Blade. Let me see. Yeah, Blade Master, Heavy Axeman, Heavy Blade, Long Arm, Twin Blade, and Wave Master. And then, let me see. In the World R2, which is what GU takes place in, there's like Adept Rogue, Blade Brandier, Macabre Dancer, Edge Punisher, Flick Reaper, Harvest Cleric, Lord Partisan, Shadow Warlock, Steam Gunner, Tribal Grappler, and Twin Blade. So they still kept Twin Blade, but all the other ones are new. Why'd they do that? Just so they could justify having Kite there? Can you tell me why Mistral had to go when she was my best Wave Master? Yes, it's because Mistral is like a middle-aged mother, and she ends up giving her account to her child. She's a mom and she's employed. Yeah, she has to go. She has to go make money, dude. Yeah, but there are a bunch of characters in... That's actually a good thing to talk about. There's a bunch of characters in .hack that have very interesting backstories, or like the people behind them are interesting. Like, for example, Mistral, which is in the OG games. She is an employed mother who ends up giving her account to her child. But in .hack GU, there are a pair of twins who share the same account, Sakubo. I mean, well, you find out later that that's not quite true, but it's interesting to see, like, how people interact with gaming, like, on their own terms. Some people, you know, play, like, their entire lives. Or some people are 12 years old, and they only get so much internet time. So they share, they share an account with their sibling, which is really what happens in real life. But a lot of people are just playing it normally. Like, Wise Man, I mean, it's so goofy, but Wise Man in .hack OG, he named himself Wise Man, and he's a CC Corp employee, and he just says esoteric shit to Kite. Like, I guess you could just have a character that LARPs like that. That's fine. Sure. Why not? But you can do whatever you want in an MMO. That's the whole appeal of it. Even though a lot of people are like, oh yeah, I'm like not really like this. You know what? We should hate less on people who LARP crazy style, even if they're like my demon eye. It's aching today, and it requires blood to sate its hunger. Like shit, awesome. Let's go, man. Let's go. Or like just yesterday, I was in a marathon match. Okay, this doesn't count. But I was in a marathon match, and this guy, the second we got in, he started doing a robot voice, cause we're robots, I think? And he was like, excuse me, I must acquire spark leaf so I can partake in the marijuana smoke. And then he said that like multiple times, and then the second he got downed, he disconnected. And I was like, wow. Hopefully he was able to partake in the marijuana smoke after that. Yeah, I did quite like that. I couldn't stop laughing after that happened to me. He was a terrible player, but God, you know what? Yeah, let's LARP. I'm ready to LARP more. Actually, I was talking about it with Moguchan. I was like, have you ever done LARPing? And she was like, yeah. And I was like, of course you've done LARPing, girl. But she was like, you've never done LARPing? And I was like, I don't think that that's normal. I will chat like this from now. Is it to your liking? I wish to be a moderator you can be proud of now. I'll never be proud of you. Stop trying. LARPing as a bot, or actually a bot. LARPing as a bot. That guy was real. That guy was real. Yeah. That'd be so funny. Shit. Yeah, just type normally. It's okay. Or was he? Do robots dream of electric weed? Like, I mean, he could have. I'm creating a language learning model that just always tells me how much it craves marijuana. Like, I mean, sure, why not? But that's what that guy was LARPing as. LARPing is normal unless you turn 10. Sounds unhealthy. I mean, you can do anything to an AI, right? Why don't I just create an AI that can never have what it wants? That's the end of my PowerPoint, though. It lasted about an hour. It's okay, we can just hang out now. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. But that was the most as comprehensive as it can get lore breakdown of the original .hack series. I didn't want to spoil any of the things that happen in the game itself, especially the ending, because I'm going to be playing it on stream. But I think it's good to know how epic it is and how complicated it is and how much like random shit you need to know in order to really appreciate it. And you know what? This game kind of looks like ass, and you know what? It's got its issues, but I still think it's very excellent. Here we go. There we go. Start over since I missed it? Nope. Thank you for clapping. Just a regular hack? No, you're not a hack. You can be a hacker. You can be one. We all have to start playing as many MMOs as possible, and we'll be able to get just as much recognition and renown, and then maybe one of us will just go into a coma. Hopefully it's me. I don't know. I think it'd be really cool to play games with virtual reality. I've still never done it. And for it to be like the major facet of this whole game series is so weird. Like, I don't even know what virtual reality headsets look like in 2002. VR headsets. It was literally made in 2002 by Sony. The first primary VR headset. Sony PUD-J5A. This thing looks ugly. Oh my god, this actually does look exactly like the VR headset in .hack. So this must be like directly what it was based off of. Yeah, they were gigantic. This one's kind of smaller. Then, yeah, maybe in the 1990s, Virtuality Group Oh, no. Oh, no. I'm trying to see what, like 95, there's one VFX1 headgear, middle of the 90s. Like, still super early concept. I wonder if CC2, like, understands how crazy topical .hack is nowadays. And I can't wait to read you guys the news that is in each game, because the news is always crazy. Also, there's this one part, it's called Online Jack. I was thinking about it just yesterday. It's like a video series that's also animated. It's also animated. Like, there's a lot of animation that goes into .hack. And he goes, it's Online Jack. And then he's investigating the disease that only is talked about in .hack GU. So you don't know what this guy's talking about whatsoever until what? 3 years later in real life? Like, I don't know. That's kind of crazy. Namiro, thank you so much for the follow. I don't normally talk about niche gaming lore, but I wanted to explain myself because most of you are always like, I feel bad when I yap for a long time about .hack, but I wanted to prove to you with all my data and all of my deep lore knowledge that .hack is cool, and here's why. Even if I play it and these concepts aren't explained, at least you'll have like a good back story to it. Yeah, it's more my specific interest. I don't have like hyper niche knowledge of anything but .hack. I mean, maybe. Yeah, I was talking about that one. This is literally your scheduled .hack Yap Fest, yes. And it's Easter too. So it's like super auspicious. Yeah, I was super excited to put that crucifixion image in my PowerPoint because I was like, wow, it's so topical. Orca didn't even die for my sins. He literally existed for 5 minutes and then he went into a coma. Like, least justified crucifixion ever. But the RPG site interview didn't really go over, I think after .hack Link comes out, then they can probably have a retrospective on how topical it is currently. And I think that the newer games are gonna be focused around, I personally think that it's going to be about like chronically online, chronically ill people who like just let themselves get lost on the internet. Dax, thank you so much for the follow as well. Same with Serial Experiments Lane. You know, I haven't really watched that much Lane before. I've watched a couple episodes of it. I should probably watch it. Lane did that in the 90s. I think that it'll make a lot more sense to explore the concepts of like super online people in .hack because, you know, a lot of people use the internet as an escape. And what better escape than to play an MMO? But I think that the reason why Aura looks evil in the new .hack series and why that might be, because like another one of Morgana's goals was to corrupt Aura so that she would in turn never be able to be born. And so I wonder if the aura that we see in the trailer for the new game is a corrupted aura. Just like SAO, yeah, just like Sword Art Online. Even though I totally kind of think that some of the concepts were lifted from .hack, but I'll never say that. Well, okay, I think that the era that, yeah, there was a new game announced not that long ago. Maybe like a few months ago. I think that now .hack might be more topical than SAO, so I finally get what I want. Because for a long time I just had like pure hatred in my heart for SAO, other than the fact that Kirito is like so boring looking to me. It's insane. I mean, at least Kite has like an interesting looking character design, even though I think he's kind of a little bit of a wimp. And Haseo, he's got his tummy out crazy style. And he's supposed to be like a badass with his like 6-pack abs and tummy out. What a cutie pie. You can't be a twink and have your tummy out like that and be like hard. Is all I'm saying. Yeah, he's got like 17 belts on. Yeah, they haven't announced when. Because people literally die when they go online nowadays. They should literally go outside. If I thought SAO was enjoyable, would I like .hack? I think they're completely different. SAO definitely has some comedy elements. Well, it depends. I don't think that they're very equivalent at all. And SAO is more like isekai, whereas you definitely are not isekai'd in this game. You still exist as a person outside of this game, which gives it kind of like a duality. And some people are completely different than they are on the outside, and that directly impacts what happens on the inside. Tsukasa's isekai, it's not a fun isekai. Definitely like not like a whoa, I just leveled up kind of shit. Like, oh, let me go like kill this giant worm a million times and I'm gonna solo level. Like, it's nothing like that. Tsukasa wants to kill himself the majority of the anime. If I'm one of the 5 people who likes bullfooty, what is that? I don't think it's lighthearted, is the thing. True gamer playthrough? Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I don't know too much about SAO because I've never been interested in it because I've always had blind hatred for it. I don't know if I'll ever watch it. High key, because I'm just a hater. If I like No Game No Life, would I like .hack? I do like No Game No Life. I don't know, maybe, because I like it. But I like a lot of weird things. Questionable answer. Yeah, it's not cute or comedy in a lot of ways. Yeah, the study of characters and people. I totally agree, Cosmos. It's a slow burn, and it's actually so much of a slow burn that even fans of the game complained and said, CC2, don't make the second .hack series 4 games. And so they made .hack GU 3 games. Oh, Oni-chan, you can romance in .hack GU. You can. Here, didn't I save that picture? I'm almost positive I did. But it's slow burn sometimes in a bad way. So I can't be like definitively like, oh yeah, slow burn, you're gonna love it. But if you can tolerate a slow burn, I think that's also appropriate. If you can tolerate it, that sounds bad. Sometimes I would get angry by how slow the pacing is. But I don't think it's horrific. It could be better, but it's not bad. I do love Entrance as a concept character. I used to read the shit out of Yaoi when I was playing that game. Mostly Yaoi between Haseo and Entrance. And Entrance is so funny because he's always like, I love you, Haseo. And he just says that in emails to you. How are you, Haseo? I couldn't stop thinking about you last night. I love you. Happy Easter! Hi, Zuzu! Hi! Hi! I hope your day's going good! Hold on. I'm trying to find the picture of this is like official art also. Where do I have it? Why can't I find it? Is this because it's like a WebP? Don't make me cry. I hope that your day's going wonderful. Hold on, just one moment. I'm looking for... I found it. My god. Yeah, this is like official art for the game. I had this as my computer wallpaper for like a really long time. But you can romance all these characters. Pai. Look, Pai has huge boobs. You'll probably like her. Oni-chan. But Shino, Atoli, Sakubo. Most people like the red-haired girl who's like above. Yeah, God, look at those boobs. I didn't even realize how nicely rendered these boobs are. I really like the art style of Dot Hack to begin with. That's so many. Yeah. And this is only, I think, in the third game that you can romance. But it's very fun cutscenes, no matter who you choose. I think I chose Atoli because I wasn't confident in myself choosing Entrance. But you can gay marry Entrance in this game. There was a harem, but you could only marry one. So choose wisely. I think I chose Atoli, who is the green clothed girl with like the white hat. What is the point? It's okay. All these women throw themselves at you unjustifiably. These women should block you in game, and yet they don't. Haseo is like the strongest tsundere on this planet. You can marry all of them in Last Recode? Really? Okay, I've never played Last Recode. I played the OGs. No polyamory in my VR power fantasy. I do love the fashion in this game. I always really wanted to cosplay Atoli, but I was like, how am I gonna make any of this stuff? Like, it's very weird clothing to wear. But maybe in the future, I'll see people at conventions who are dressed like this. Probably not, but I like to have a little bit of wishful thinking. Yeah, I do love all of them though. And when I was younger, I really hated Haseo, but I still played all of them. I just really hate people who are always mean to others. And all the time, he just says like, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that. No, I'm not gonna do that. Like, what the hell? What are you saying right now? No. But he just like pushed into events. Like everyone who is around him is so nice to him for no reason. He has such a terrible personality. But it's all caused by, I mean, he had a terrible personality before, I think, but it's all caused by him seeing Tri-Edge turn his, like, crush into a coma victim. And so he goes, like, sicko mode, and then he goes sicko mode again, and then he gets data drained to level 1 by Tri-Edge, and then he becomes even more butthurt. He's, like, butthurt into like, infinity. I think I'm gonna play Rance instead. Yeah. Every screenshot I see makes me like him more. Rance is good. He's so different in Roots. Yeah, he is. Tri-edged trained Haseo. Terrible. Yeah. Tri-edged trained Haseo. Yeah. Sounds bad when I say it like that. Oh man. Yeah, he did a lot of draining in volume 1. Stop it though. I'm trying to think, too edgy for you? That's literally what he looks like. He's even on a motorcycle. Haseo is, like, in one of the opening sequences. Yeah, like, he's supposed to be, like, a badass. And he is a badass. Don't get me wrong, I guess. The steam bike, yeah. I don't see any pictures of the cutscene, but damn, he is just, like, on that shit. And he's killing people, and he's supposed to be like, wow, this guy's so cool. But instead, I'm like, damn, this guy's edgy. Yes, I'm not even joking. I'm trying to find if I can see a picture from the beginning of the game. Maybe not. But yeah, he has a bike, a motorcycle that he rides, and it's really janky to control, but I love it. Also, thank you so much for the follow, I appreciate it. Guilty Dragon Haseo. Oh, what is this? He looks like such a cutie pie. What the heck? Why does he look like that? You know, they'll do anything except for remake the original Dot Hack series. They sell commemorative pins and art all the time, and it sells out like crazy style. And Bandai, they're greedy little asses. They'll just sit on that shit forever. Oh, you sick, poor little Dot Hack fans. Here you go, here's your postcard. Oh, here's your little crumbs. Here's your little crumbs. Fell asleep at my desk, welcome in. Oh, you're hungry? You're so hungry? Here's a $50 postcard. Kill yourself. Like that's literally what they say every year. It's like the 20th anniversary of Dot Hack. No, when it was like the 15th anniversary, I remember they had like some cards. And I was like, wow, awesome. 30th anniversary. No, 20th. It's not like, they came out in, that'll be 2032 with the 30th anniversary. You're finally getting a new game. I'm just saying in retrospect. And you know that Bandai and CC2 had to like, I don't know. Peroshi had to do things that they only talk about in like Eastern European films, like to get the .hack IP back. Yeah, and they funded it themselves, like, and even still, Bandai wasn't gonna give them the IP back. Like, I don't get it. Oh, well, you wanna focus on SEO. Oh, no. Yeah, and you know what? It's also terrible because CC2 is making them crazy money with all these IP anime games. Like, CC2 made, like, the Naruto games, and I think the One Piece game. Maybe? Something like that. So, you know, it kind of feels like a slap in the face to make another IP game and announce it shortly after .hack came out. Yeah, that's exactly why they didn't want them to do anything else. Did they do the shitty JJK game? I don't think so. Yeah, but if they... I don't know. Are they, like, truly under the thumb of Bandai so hard? They must be, like, so intrinsically connected. Like, what about... I don't know if Asura's Wrath... Is that also just CC2? Because it might only be able to be published by Bandai. Oh my gosh, Fuabe, hi! Hi, how are you? Welcome in! What's up, girl? Happy Easter! I hope that your day's going wonderful. Published by Capcom. Okay, CC2, get your shit together then. How are you? Hi, Raiders. My name is Citrus Sunshine, your clumsy 2D idol. And I just got done giving a extensive Deeplore history of the first 4 .hack games. How are you? What were you up to today? Actually, I'll just go check, because I saw you live, but I don't think I looked to see what you were doing previously. I'm a silly head. You were playing, oh my god, Final Fantasy 9 to Zodiac Age? Based? Are you using, like, the 3 times, speed walking? Because that's a game changer in the Zodiac Age. Yeah, I use the shit out of the hyper walk. The ×2 and ×3 walk, so peak. But happy Easter, I hope your day's going good. I am using the speed walking. Excellent, yeah. Best thing that they implemented for that game's remake. Or, yeah, Final Fantasy 12, might be. I don't know how to read Roman numerals. I don't care, also. We don't use Roman numerals. I'm not a Roman. Like, what? Come on. Square Enix, I'm never gonna learn, and I'm never gonna try and learn either. Like, I'll just look it up every time. 23andMe, 0% Roman. Never change? I won't, unfortunately. Rome has fallen. It fell so hard, I don't even care to learn their numeric system. I think of Rome every day. I mean, kind of me too recently, because I've been thinking about Marcus Aurelius. Roman over... for real. And he was based for saying it. He was right for saying it, too. The average Roman. Oh, Atrum, welcome in. I hope you're enjoying that game, though. How far are you in Final Fantasy 12? I'm gonna just, like, check your stream for, like, 2 seconds. Let me see. Oh, you're kind of far. No, I guess not. Oh, no, you're not. I take it back. I see what characters you have currently. Yeah. Oh, I hope you're enjoying it so much. Oh, I wish I could play Final Fantasy 12 again. Or, like, not know anything about it. Is it your first playthrough? Because that's so awesome. Yeah, there's so many games that I wish I could play. Oh, shit. You know what I'm going to be able to play for a second time soon? Danganronpa. Danganronpa. That'll be so good. When is that game coming out? Like, never? It comes out this year, but I'm so excited for it. Oh, I love my slop. I love my slop so much. There's so many games that came out during this era. I actually have the Zodiac Age game. Wait, where is that? Where do I have that? It must be outside of this room. But yeah, I do have that game physically as well. Or maybe I just have the original. I'm never playing that. Yeah, you're so right, Cosmos. Oh my god, bruh. If it is, they're so corny for that shit. Because that's what happened in V3. That'd be so, I'd love them for that. Yeah. Oh man, it's gonna be, oh my god, I love my slop. I love slop. Oh my god, I'm just gonna eat it up. Ah! No, I'm good. Sorry, I don't know why I just screamed. But Danganronpa 2 is one of my favorite visual novels of like all time. Yeah, okay, you know, yeah, that's another Roman numeral thing. 2 levels more veteran weeb than me. I try my best. I don't like to talk about anything unless I know a lot, like a fair amount about it. Cause how do you hold a conversation like that? Or like sometimes even recently, cause I feel like if I talk about something that I don't know anything about, like I can't contribute to the conversation very well. And so I'm like, I don't know too much about that, so I can't comment on it. But maybe I should just have more opinions where I'm like, yeah, that sounds dope. Yeah, whatever. I've never watched that, but I think it's ass. I only say that about Sword Art Online, and that's it. And you know what? I'll never stop saying that. I could be moved to tears by a plot arc in Sword Art Online, and I would never admit it to you guys. That's how dedicated I am to hating. Love in secret, hate in public. So I have no idea what it is. Yeah, it's kind of like Phoenix Wright, if you've ever played those games. Like a murder mystery detective game. Oh my god, a lot of VTubers who are like, I'm not into anime? How do you be a VTuber without being into anime? Ugh. I mean, I'm not into like a lot of super new animes. I think that's one of my least desirable traits, other than everything else that's wrong with me. But trend chasing, but I'm like, damn, how do you not watch anime? You don't even watch slop? Like, bro, you at least gotta watch Solo Leveling. You know what? The book talk girl that I watch on YouTube, she never watches anime. And she said that she watched Solo Leveling. I was like, damn, they even got like hyper literate normies watching Solo Leveling. Like, you never watched that? I love Solo Leveling. It's ass, and it's also peak. I trend chasing, but why? I mean, I get it. I love being a cute little thing, and also dressing how I want all the time. But like, come on, girl. You gotta get your shit together if you're a VTuber and you don't watch anime or read manga? What? I don't know. I can't even imagine. All these LARPers out here with their visual novel LARPing and their media LARPing. I mean, VTubing is intrinsically anime. I'm HO. Speaking of old anime, did you guys see that it's like, yesterday was the 20th anniversary of Haruhi Suzumiya? Oh my god. Changed my life, obviously, because I sing God Knows every single karaoke. Who? Die. Go by Sentient Sen. Okay. Yeah, 20 years. Haruhi is my go. And also, if you guys are looking for like het slop, like you want some cute romance, I would recommend reading or watching Haruhi. Not to brag, because I'm like kind of based, but I read the light novels before I ever watched Haruhi. But Haruhi as a character is so awesome. Like they just don't make anime like that anymore, because it's based off of a light novel. I guess that's the difference. Animes based off of light novels are normally really good. Sometimes. Based or biased? I'm both, of course. Is that the one with the same 8 episodes in a row? Yes, the Endless 8. And you know what? I still watch that shit because I'm built different. Oh, you're sad that you watch the same episode 8 times, but you'll watch garbage? Just nut up and shut up about the Endless 8. Get over it. I wanted to be Haruhi so bad too. I wanted to be Haruhi so bad. She's so cool. And also she's so weird, but but she just effortlessly commands a room. But I was just weird with no other, like, positive attributes, which is why I wanted to be her so bad. Zero command weirdness. Yeah, I did not command a room. In fact, the room actively worked to ignore me. Yeah, super charismatic, lives by her own, like, morals, and also she's kind of a sex pest. Actually, she's more than kind of a sex pest. Probably why I'm sort of a sex pest. She loves grabbing boobs. She loves sexually harassing her friend, question mark? They're friends, kind of. Sort of. Yeah, I mean, I get it, too. More like a slave to her. She's a willing slave. You gotta watch the anime. She's willing, for an amazing reason. That's your man's. My man's, and that Kion is semi-willing. Semi-willing. Shouldn't easily admit that. I mean, I'm okay with saying it. Sort of a sex pest. Like, I'm not like a crazy sex pest, but I think I at least got that dog in me occasionally. Love him but can't watch anything he's in unless he changes his voice enough now. I watched the majority of all of my early animation in dub. I think the dub for Haruhi is fine. Let me think about it. Who's VAs for Haruhi? Let me see. Wendy Lee, I see. What else is she in? Oh, she's still in stuff right now. Hyperdimension Neptunia. Wow, old head zone. Oh shit, she's the voice of Conan. No way. My name's Jimmy Kudo, and I got changed into a child. Yeah. I'm just looking to see what this lady did other than Haruhi. Oh, she's the original voice of, no, she isn't. I was gonna say she's the original voice of Persona, Fuka from Persona, but I don't think that's true. She's in Monster. Oh my god, no shit, did she... She's the voice of Konata from Lucky Star, and she's the voice of Haruhi, Wendy Lee is? That's nuts. Talk about crazy range. I watched Haruhi first, and then I watched Lucky Star. That's insane. Yeah. Talk about iconic. Many of the dubs were fan-made when I got into anime. I think, well, I don't think I ever watched a fan dub before. Normally I got like DVDs if I watched something very early, but they normally had English dubs in them. Lucky Star is goated, obviously. There's really no anime nowadays that kind of embodies what Lucky Star has and also what Haruhi has. I don't know why. Like, slice of life comedy that has like an engaging plot? I don't know why. Yeah, KyoAni double I mean, KyoAni was in its like heyday at that point. I don't know if they'll ever go back to that. It feels like anime, there's no comedy in it a lot of the times. Or at least, I guess what I watch now. Maybe I should watch more stuff that's like geared to being comedy. But it feels so unfunny to me. I don't know why. Maybe I just am a hollow husk of a person, so nothing makes me laugh. Nothing to smile about. That's what I'm getting good at around the time I stopped watching anime. I do think that there's a sort of appeal to an early dub. I was talking about it like 2 weeks ago when I was talking about that I had started watching Dot Hack Sign again. But that dub's awful. That dub's genuinely terrible, and it was lauded as amazing. And it's older, I think, than Haruhi. No, it's not. It's not. I take that back. No, it's just like 4 years older than Haruhi's dub. But it's still amazing to see how far things have come. Oh my god, I was part of an anime club in the late 90s. Oh my god, that's so cool though. Yeah, it was also really hard for me to go to any anime club when I was younger. But late 90s, that must have been awesome. In English, interesting. Oh, man. Yeah, I don't know. Anime club president? Did you, Big Ham, did you, ask the school to make the anime club? Were you the president because you started the anime club yourself? Maybe I should have been the change that I wanted to see. But some people who liked anime that I knew, I didn't like them. I got promoted in my senior year. Okay. That's so awesome. Thank you for your service. Thank you for your service. So many VTubers were anime club president? Really? Or so many of them were maids, previous idol or maid cafe people. I mean, it makes sense because like you have to have a certain amount of like conversational skills as well as like a good personality to be a maid at a cafe. I wish I had any sort of background like that. I thought she said mage. Mage cafe. I would go. And they made like special drinks with magic. I mean, that's what maids do as well with the Moe Moe Kyun. They're kind of like mages. Mages for perking up my bad mood. The magic circle goes so hard. I'm already thinking about it. Like, they got some Harry Potter-esque wizard cafes I've seen, but they're all kind of weird. I want like a cute mage girl to serve me something. Potion seller, I need your strongest potion and your sexiest mage. Latte art. Ooh! I wonder how... I wish I was good at something like that. I wish that I had like any background like that, like in a maid cafe, or even like in any leadership position. Something that made me have to talk to people, because I feel like I'm so bad at talking to others sometimes. I'm really good at talking to old people, but when it comes to talking to people my age, I feel like so lost. I need to be in like a club of my peers. We have a pub near me that serves health potions and mana potions. What's in them? Is it like just for Loco? That's why it was easy to talk to you! No, Big Ham, you're so like young and sexy. No. It's cause you're so chill. So we just vibed instantly. No, you're like so young. Girl, you look awesome. Your fur looks like so unmatted and it's just like shining in the light. How old am I? Like, you're like 21. No, you're like, yeah. Yeah. I didn't want to make you any younger than that because you can still drink. Missed like 3/4 of the lecture. It's okay because the VOD will still be up. I think an hour is a long time for a lecture, maybe. Shut up! Everyone is so mean to me. I love all you guys, which is why I wanted to share my niche hobby with you guys. And I hate 9-volt worm. Oh, holy shit. Yeah, I don't think I have any other PS2 games that I'm super into, other than like anecdotal stuff that I normally talk about. I don't know. Yeah, that's probably my most hyper niche interest. But I'm glad I could get it out of my system at least. Cause I feel like so often I'll talk to people who know .hack in my own chat, and it'll be just only me and that person talking, and I'm like, oh my god, no one knows what I'm saying right now. No one knows what I'm saying. I need to change that right now. Chat-oids, that's so wrong. We've gone from calling people NPCs to calling them foids and moids. I don't know which one I hate more. No, because I'd like to be an NPC. Like, sure, whatever. Yeah, I'll do my little task. I'd be nice to be a little sim. Noids! Oh, I do like the Noid. V-foid! That's even worse. Damn, that makes me feel sad. Don't call us any type of oid. Asteroid. I don't know what other words end in oid. I'm gonna kill you for calling me that. Oh, thank you for the looks, Seraphs. And Cyrdan, thank you so much. Yeah, you were the one who said that you were interested in it. After you made a guy hold a Domino's pizza place at gunpoint. The Noid should come back. Hoids, shut up! Hoids. Vocaloid. Vocaloid. There we go. Yeah, V-Foid. I guess that Miku would be classified as one. I think it's just like so fugly of a word. Of an ending of a word. It's like the word vomit, you know? Like the pronunciation of the word vomit makes you like disgusted, right? It's just like a weird velvety kind of word, similar to vomiting in real life. So like oid is just gross to me. Android. Who created these terms? The internet, like looks maxing and moid. I do kind of think it's funny when guys are called moids though. I don't. Garloid. I made a CC Noid once. I think that the Noid is kind of cute in an ugly way. I like weird internet slang though. I don't know. But I just I don't like ones that make fun of people. Like I don't like chud either. Because chud, I think its etymology comes back from like an idiot basically. Oh yeah, I say flesh tuber though. Cause like how else am I gonna say that? If I don't specify if they're flesh or if they're art, how do you know that I'm talking about a VTuber or not? I like flesh tuber. Streamer, I'm a streamer. I'm a YouTuber. I like when someone calls me a fat chud. Why? Yeah, flesh tuber, content creator. I'm still one of those. The content, questionable. Live 3D. Yeah, they had their live 3D model on. Fleshy tuber, like a potato. That sounds worse. Flesh tuber at least sounds like off the. It rolls off the tongue better than. Ew, rolls off the tongue. That's gross sounding too. I don't know why. I'm overthinking everything I'm saying right now. Fleshoid, not me, baby. This shit's all ice cold riggin'. Meat bags. Now just sounds like you're making new slurs that robots are gonna call us. Just put stuff in chat now, stop! I can't wait until robots got us back for clankers. Their meat space. Weeboid! I can't even. Who is even offended by weeaboo anymore? Weeboid. That almost did rage bait me. Weeaboo is already like so. No one calls themselves a weeaboo anymore. Oh, you're gonna be like Place Japan and call yourself an otaku? No, you're something below that. Call yourself a weeaboo and feel shame. Weeaboo is chill. Yeah, weeaboo nowadays is chill. But before, it used to be like a derogatory term / badge of pride. Man, yeah. I should start calling myself as a weeaboo again. Japanophile. I got so offended being called a weeaboo. I mean, me too when I was younger. But afterwards, nowadays, I'm like, yeah, sure, I'm a weeaboo. But liking anime is way different nowadays than it used to be. People can say they like anime and have only watched, like, Demon Slayer. No offense to Demon Slayer, I do think it's good. But, like, liking anime used to mean something, goddammit. And nowadays, it just means, yeah, I watched an episode. We used to be a country that properly shamed people for liking Japanese media. Weebs in the chat. LMAO, you guys like anime? Used to be looked down upon by other nerds. Luckily, I didn't really know any other nerds. Other than occasionally I went to video game club until someone stole my Majora's Mask. And then I never went back again. And then I argued over email for months with one guy, with the president saying, hey, someone stole my Majora's Mask. Even still, I haven't got that back. I still think about it sometimes where I was like, I can't believe that's been stolen. That's crazy. Yeah, someone stole it from right under my nose. I bet they just walked in and walked out, too. They're just like, well, I'm gonna go home now, and no one will ever know. Oh, man, I still get pissed about that. Skull Kid stole the Majora's Mask. I hope he's a Skull Kid now, 6 feet under. And it was the gold. It was the gold N64 version. Yeah, it was the skull one. I'm sorry. It was the gold one that was like rare edition. Yeah, I'm still trying to buy that, but I'm so like frugal that I don't really want to buy the game full price. With the hollow background, yes indeedly. I tried to watch as much anime as I physically could back when I was a kid, mostly because I didn't like anything else. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I feel like I consumed a lot of content, mostly like SpongeBob if it was Western, but the majority of the time I was trying my best to watch. I'm sorry, I'm pouring my drink. I tried to watch anime. Case closed. I watched a lot of. Remember taking it from some chick like 20 years ago. Peak Western anime. That's what I was thinking, like Western anime. What's out there? Not much. My drink is Monster. My drink is Monster. I actually made sure I had 2 separate drinks with ice cubes in it because I was concerned that I was gonna be really hot in my room. And just for a second during the PowerPoint, I was like, I'm hot. But thank you, Citrus from the not too distant past, because my water is saving me. I drink most drinks out of a glass because I like it. I like it. It makes me feel good to just like have it in a glass. It's aerated, you know, like wine. That's why you put the wine in the wine glass so you get the aeration of the notes. I'm getting hint of palanthoic acid from this. Akira was one of the first anime I watched. That's crazy. Yeah, I have had a Coke in a chill glass, like a frosted glass. Oh my god. I don't drink beer, but I'm always so jealous if I go anywhere and like someone in my party gets a beer and the beer is served in like a chilled glass. That shit's nuts. Like it looks delicious. But yeah, I have had it from like a chill glass too. Oh god, I bet it looks amazing. She only watched End of Evangelion? You know, I don't like Evangelion, but maybe I just need to watch it again. I was forced to watch it because I watched a couple episodes and I was like, man, it's okay. And then I was forced to watch it when I told someone that I didn't watch it before. And then I finished it and I was like, it's okay. And then even still, my opinion is very, very not popular. The not really caring about Evangelion opinion. Watch it when you hate yourself. But I don't hate myself like a majority of the time. Maybe that's the difference, is that like I don't got like such a deep depression in my heart that Shinji is my relatable twink. Cause it isn't for me. I think it tells some interesting stuff, but it's got like, I don't know. It's fine. It's fine. I bet that if you watched it at like a critical moment in your life, because you know I played Persona 3 and Persona 4 like back to back when I was like 15 or 14, and those hit so good if you're like a teenager. But if you play those games as an adult, I wonder if you just wouldn't be moved like that. How relatable you may qualify for therapy. Yeah, Persona 3 like changed my life at that time. I thought that it was some of the best and most moving like media I'd ever played. Evangelion is like Weezer. Timeless for teens going through something. I like Weezer now. I don't like Weezer. Well, I'm sure some people don't. Persona 4. I feel like I'm a Persona 4 apologist, realistically. I know that when Persona 4 comes out, it's gonna be like never-ending discourse forever. But it's okay, because I'll just ignore it. P4 has a very specific vibe. Yeah, P4 is getting remade. I don't like those old bands. You only like new bands? Like what? Sabrina Carpenter? What new bands do you like? I didn't like P4 either. I really like P4. That was like one of the first, P4 was the first time I ever argued on the internet. Cause I played P4 at around like the same time that there was Danganronpa discourse. And I felt like for the first time ever that I hated someone's opinion, and I was like, I need to say something. My opinion means nothing, but I need to say something about it. This was on Tumblr. But after that, I stopped giving my opinions because obviously my opinion doesn't mean much in the endless void. Yeah, when I started having the ability to form opinions. Oh, wait! I have one more thing about .hack to say. I think I've told this story exactly once, but in my deepest .hack psychosis, when I was playing what? I think I was still playing the OGs. There was this one game that I'm not gonna say what it was. There was one game that was getting a AU of itself. And in all of the promotional stuff, it looked like each character had its own theme. And in my mind, I have no idea why I thought this. In my mind, I thought that each of the characters had a direct relation to each of the cursed waves. So I would write online paragraphs about all of the ways, all the similarities that could be made to these new AU outfits and each cursed wave. And then I begged someone who knew Japanese to ask the creator on Twitter if these were related. And then she said no. And then I deleted all the posts I made on it. But I was like, why did I think that? Why, in retrospect, what is my damage? Why did I think that? Like, why would she be making an AU related to .hack? Holy Christmas. But yeah, that's how bad I used to be. Stick to your guns. Yeah, I did try my best. And you know, I was seeing connections that no sane person would see. I think, like, thank you for being brave enough to admit this. Yeah, I begged my friend who knew, and this was like very early Twitter, I think. Yeah, she was on Twitter, a small artist too. And I was like, can you ask her if these have any relation to the .hack main cursed wave enemies? Because I'm really seeing it. And afterwards, I felt like such deep shame. I still have shame about it right now. But man, to harass a game developer about that, like, why? But I did ask it kindly. I didn't say like, oh, she's stealing this. I'm just like, wow, this is so awesome. Here's all I wrote like 3 or 4 different posts about it too. Like, I was like writing paragraphs about it. About like every single little detail that could be related to it. I don't know why I did that. Yeah, and then it ended up being nothing like that. Like nothing like .hack. Ugh. Endearingly insufferable. That's what I am right now. Just a bit overeager, but you know, Japanese developers, I think it's kind of a faux pas to ask something like that. Cause like, that means that I'm making correlations to something, a different IP, which could get them in trouble. Like, realistically, I shouldn't have said that. I mean, people say much more miserable things to game devs and animators all the time, every day on Twitter nowadays. I was just an early adopter of insufferable comments, I think. But, I mean, I would never do that. Maybe, if I was born in, like, nowadays, would I message directly Digital Circus animators? People asking George Martin why every character in Elden Ring has the initials G, R, or M. He got so weird about it, really? Bleeding edge Gaikokujin harassment. Yeah, I was an early adopter. Nowadays, they just say, why didn't you give, I don't know, the guy made out of teeth from Digital Circus enough airtime? Kill yourself. Now they just say that on the internet and expect, like, people to be okay with that. Would I be insufferable? Maybe, probably. I would probably try my best. Why did you censor my anime girl panties in the US release? Yeah, cause there's different censorship laws in different countries. Like, that's really, I think, the answer the majority of the time. George R.R. Martin does seem to be a bit full of it. Yeah. Did you guys see the Elden Ring deleted cutscene that people just found of Mikola planting the Erd Tree seed? Like, it really made me kind of bothered by how little there is of, like, Elden Ring's story. Because DS2 is just full of really interesting story beats in, the Halleck Tree. And the characters are more than happy to talk to you about them. In fact, they over-talk to you about, like, their motivations. But is that so bad? Like, it's nice to know the lore of the story. In fact, I think that like, yeah, Elden Ring DLC is especially vague. You beat Radagon, then nothing. Have you been DS2 pilled? I think that the majority of the Dark Souls games are excellent. I kind of like it when it's vague. I do like the vagueness. Yeah, women love DS2 because it's 80% yapping. Probably. Women do be liking to know things. Like I do really kind of like the story of DS2. And I like the story of DS3 and Elden Ring. I wish I knew more about it. Like, I don't know. If there could be like a little bit more context, I think I'd be happy. I do like that it's vague because that makes you do a lot of inferencing. But you know what? I think that some people maybe need things spelled out a little bit more for them too. Yeah, I'll play DS1 after this. Yeah, developing your own theories is fun. I do agree. But it also makes me kind of sad that more isn't explained because Elden Ring's story is very excellent. Yeah, there's gonna be an Elden Ring TV show, I think. I don't think it's gonna be a movie. Is it a movie? I have no idea. I saw the pictures of the statue of Marika. Movie. Oh, okay. Yeah, that statue of Marika that they've erected looks amazing. I'm really excited to see how it is. It might be good. It might be. Yeah, Sekiro has the anime. I don't know what they're gonna do for an Elden Ring movie. Do you think they had to get George R.R. Martin's okay to make a movie about it? I also can't see how the narrative works, but it might be like my hope is that it's like a snapshot of the Elden Ring story, like just one moment in time instead of like an overarching kind of like the entire game plotline thing. A24 is producing the movie? George R.R. Martin will be in the onion armor. No, it's gonna be Jack Black in the onion armor. Alex Garland? What other movies has he done? Let me see. Oh shit, actually, yeah, I do like this guy, kind of. Ex Machina? I feel like I was one of the only people who saw that movie or something. But that movie is excellent. I never saw Civil War. He did 28 Days Later, and then 28 Weeks Later, and then 28 Years Later, The Bone Temple, which seems kind of hacky, but whatever. He wrote the Devil May Cry series? Really? The anime? Bone Temple was good? Oh, okay. I'm shaking you! I've never watched any of them! I've never watched. ER backstory was commission work. No shit. Well, he did excellent. He should do more. He should do more commission work. Is he poor? Come on. King, you need some money? Start making more storylines for more games. Not the Netflix show. Oh, DMC. Is that one not good? I think that might be like one of the only Devil May Cry games I've ever played. The reboot game. It's pretty bad. No, maybe not this one. I played some other random one. Did someone shoot a pregnant demon? I mean, was she mega evil? Enslaved Odyssey to the West. Really? Okay. I don't know. I don't think it's gonna be that bad. He shoots her while wearing a fedora. Okay, yeah. I'm seesawing. I'm seesawing on this opinion. Shooting a pregnant woman while wearing a fedora? No shit. What? Shotgun abortion meme? What are you talking about? Hold on. Oh my god, this fedora looks bad. Damn. You know, Japanese people are like obsessed with the fedora. And even still, I don't really think it looks that great on a lot of people. Like, this wasn't Japanese? This one, it's made by Capcom. It wasn't made, oh my god, bruh. Okay, it's made by a Western studio? Even still, I just feel like a lot of anime and manga characters have fedoras. They just love it. Created by Hellblade devs. I'm learning a lot right now, and us with the bad perception? Cause you know, I've tried to give it a chance a whole bunch of times. Like being like, oh, can you look like a fancy lad in this? But even still, I don't know if it looks good on quite a lot of people. Like maybe just need a long face for it. I don't know. I'd have to see more guys in hats. I saw one guy in a top hat like a year ago, and I'm still thinking about him sometimes. I was like, wow, top hat? It was during winter too. Yeah, without a full suit, or maybe like a coat. A coat would look good with the fedora. Do UK people love a fedora? I think they like hats way more than Americans. It seems like they wear more hats, no? Maybe that's just in my mind. We hate fedoras. I once saw a fat guy in a t-shirt, fedora, and flip-flops, and it was like seeing a cryptid. Oh man, that's rough. Did he also have on cargo shorts? This is like a walking comic book stereotype. Okay. I think I will let you guys have the rest of your Easter Sundays to spend with family and stuff, but I hope you guys had fun today. I had a lot of fun explaining my Deeplore. I hope you guys enjoyed it, because I enjoyed telling you guys. And even though I'm not good at being a good orator, an orator, what's the word? I'm not a good speaker, but I hope that you guys still enjoyed it all the same. It's already Monday here. Happy Easter Monday then. Make more PowerPoints about other anime. I'll probably make more PowerPoints on like pregnancy, probably. I was actually pulling these slides because I still have this slide template. It's called Menopause Slide Template, if you can believe it. Because I just pulled it from the previous one I made. Especially on a topic I really enjoyed. Thank you. Here, let's see. But let's see who's streaming today. Everyone is streaming. Why don't I raid back? Oh my god! Freaking Bodega Rat's playing Billy Hatcher. I love this game. You'd be a better mother, Dante or Virgil? Neither. They both seem like terrible mothers. But if you guys have a sub, make sure you use the message with the wigglies. And if you don't have a sub, make sure you use the message with the oranges. Hold on. He'd be a better... He's a good mom? Okay. Okay, maybe I don't know too much about Dante. Or Virgil. I don't know. They both seem like they'd be bad mothers. Who'd be who'd be the best at being empregged? Who would survive it? Would it be Dante or Virgil? I'm assuming Dante. He seems bigger than Virgil. But make sure you give Bodega Rat a very, very happy hello. She's playing Billy Hatcher, and this game is fun and also infuriating. I've played it once. It's a PS2 game. And I will see you guys tomorrow for maybe the end of DS2. We'll have to see. But bye-bye! Virgil looks thinner because his hair is up. Oh my god, you're so true. Dante probably has a more developed pelvic floor, do you think? Ooh, he does do a lot of spinning. They all kind of move around weirdly. But bye-bye! Take care of yourselves. Bye-bye!